'Cause every time we try to break it down and build again, yeah, every time we try to make up for something lost, you know, we're never letting go. This time we can reach the sky on a prayer, we go higher than high. Yeah, wide awake, it's a big mistake, 'cause it's something we can deny. But with a love like this, we'll never fall. All of a sudden
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Hollis-tics. I'm your host, Hollis-tics, and this is Hollis-tics. And happy Friday, everybody, to TJF tonight. But we have a very special guest here tonight, and I've been looking forward to this episode all week, like I was on Monday as well. We had Mark Whittier in the show. That was a great show. A lot of music talk and stuff. You know, music is one of my probably my first love, one of my biggest passions, as I'm a musician myself. But I also love talking about musicians, talking about music, talking about all the stuff, and playing music, etc. I actually was in the studio this week playing. But maybe some of you didn't know, or maybe you do know if you've been watching the show, if you're a longtime listener or a longtime watcher. Right up there with music, one of my loves is holistic health. And if you've noticed the nod, what is it? Homage, nod to the name Hollis-tics. If you take one L out of there, you get holistic. So I thought Hollis-tics was a pretty cool idea, because my point of the show always was I wanted to integrate all these things that I love. But really, at the core of it is spirituality and faith and God and what comes with that, creation. And, you know, when you talk about mind, body, and spirit, the body is important too, and how we take care of it, because it all works together, really. But I think above all, it's always your state of mind, because I always have been a firm believer in your mind is powerful, and your beliefs are powerful, and your belief systems. And as humans, we get all messed up. We tell ourselves all crazy kind of self-talk or this and doubts and fears. And I think the whole journey in life is really finding yourself and trying to get rid of that fear, because there's nothing to be scared of. But I think when it comes to the body and health, you know, sometimes we have something wrong, we don't know what to do, and you know, you could get scared. It's your body, it's keeping you here on earth, and we're connected and all that stuff. But that's why I've always been into holistic health, because there's a lot of wellness remedies and things out there that are the more the natural route that might be able to help you. We talk about diet a lot on the show, about juicing. I have not cracked my juicer out, but today I spent a good portion of the afternoon exploring Strongsville area and the farmers markets. And I came home with some berries and a head of cabbage and some cucumbers, and I got my juicer out. Well, I didn't get it out, actually. It's still kind of in the closet there. But now that my air conditioner is fixed and I've been able to get to the closet, so I was talking about last Friday at this time, I had a stand-up air conditioner, and their balcony was, you know, blocked off because it was the 4th of July. So it's been almost a whole week since then. But the juicer is one step closer to the kitchen. I got my celery today. I heard about the miracle of celery juice and all that good stuff. So as I said, Hollis-tics is definitely a little bit of everything. But tonight we are going to be talking to someone very, very knowledgeable. Not only knowledgeable, she's just a wonderful soul, a wonderful person, always like a high vibe. You could just tell, you know, I've talked about her on the show last week and said, she's one of those people when I connect with her and see her in person, I just feel like, woo. And we just like, it's just nice. It's good energy, good heart chakra. So we're going to get into all that kind of stuff. So I'm very excited that she said yes, and she wanted to be a guest on the show. And she is backstage there. So first, before we bring her on, I do my little housekeeping. Take a look around at the stage here. If you guys see, there's the QR code up there. That's the scannable thing. I do take tips. Or, you know, and I laugh and I say, oh, like, you know, I used to bartend and people give me $1 and this and that. But what I say now more is, it's not just tips for me. It's about joining and building a community of people, like-minded people. I always say this is a community for people navigating a changing world. And man, this world is changing. But at the core, I always say the things that could never go out of style, that should never go out of style, is kindness and love and faith and all those things. And I know we live in a hectic, fast-paced world, the technology, the scrolling all the time. We're always plugged in. So I say Hollis-tics is a bit of take a few minutes and let's unplug some human-to-human connection and all that stuff because that's very important. So that's the community. It's a couple bucks a month if you want to join it. It's $10 a month. They have another tier for $2 a month, and that's when you're going to get some free things, including my new book, Love Zombies Land, is now out. It's on Amazon, the paperback edition. I sent one to my mom, and I was so happy. She called me. She's like, I love it. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. It's so nice. So that's up there. But if you join the Buy Me a Coffee community, you could get the digital download for free. It comes with that, along with my music, a bunch of other stuff. So there you go. That's I guess I get the housekeeping in order here. And again, hollismahady.com. If you want to join that email list, you could join the email list where you'll be notified. That's the word. Notified when I have special guests on, like Donna or Mark or all these great guests that I have and the shows and special shows and stuff like that. You'll be kept abreast of the situation. There you go. So join that mailing list. Don't forget. I appreciate the support. Thank you guys. And we're going to head over to the chat room real quick because I always like to say Muskill Chris is in the room. Hello, we have someone from the UK. Chris is up late. He's a night owl, and I'm so happy to have Chris. Chris was a guest a couple months ago now, right? We're on episode, I think Donna's 43, episode 43 tonight. So yes, hello, Chris. Thank you for being here. I hope that you're doing well across the pond there. So, and Aaron's in the house. Amy and I are listening together and eager to learn. Yay, awesome. Amy and Aaron are my good friends from Maine. Amy knows a lot about holistic health. She's always making her own things and she knows a lot about this stuff as well. So you'll definitely find this interesting. Yes, get your questions ready, guys, because we have an expert in the house with over 28 years of experience, holistic health, nutrition, everything. I'm going to let her talk. I'm going to shut up soon. Don't worry. And she's going to tell us about her journey and all the things. I have a couple questions. I don't usually plan, but there was a few things I want to ask Donna that I didn't want to forget. So, because I speak from, I don't really plan these things. I speak from the heart. That's why I say any guest who comes on, you never be nervous because we're just having a conversation. Nothing to be nervous about. But with that said, we have thousands of people around the world listening. We are on Voice of the People USA Radio and Television Network. We're broadcasting on the Rumble, Facebook, Instagram, X, I always forget one, and YouTube. So there you go. And if you miss it, we play the replay. So this we're going to get out there lots and lots because what she's going to tell us, it could save your life. Literally. It's very important, this stuff. So without further ado, should we do it? We're going to bring on Donna. She's going to give me the thumb up. All right. Let me get my applause ready here. I like to do a little applause when we will because I have a drum roll as well. So I'll do a little drum roll. Okay, then we'll get the applause too. Oh, okay. Let me do it one more time. Here we go. Drum roll. Here she comes. Miss Donna Florimonte.
Oh,
There she is.
hi. Hi, Hollis.
Look at you in your yellow. You look so nice. She's bringing the sun. Here comes the sun.
Summertime. This is my favorite time of the year. This
Oh my
is
gosh,
definitely
me
like
too.
you're talking about the vegetables, the sun,
Yes.
and sun had such a bad rap for such a long time, but we know there's so many studies now that prove this. We need the sun. We're like
Absolutely.
plants. We definitely need the sun. You just have to do it healthfully,
Yes. I even heard about that. Like when they used to say like people would put on sunglasses to block out the sun, but actually, maybe you should gaze at it, right? Not look right at it, but
Right.
good
Yeah,
for your
circadian rhythms.
yeah. Because you're from northeast Pennsylvania. Is that where you're originally from, Donna?
That's where I'm originally from.
Right. Okay. So then I'm in Ohio and I used to love living in California because it was sunny all year and Arizona. But
Yeah.
seasonal depression and all that stuff, I think it's a real thing, right?
Totally real.
Right.
Absolutely real.
And you do, and I know this from our time together where I met you, which was at Inner Harmony Wellness Center.
Yeah.
When I met you, I was doing the red light therapy. Right?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
And that's why, and I was coming to you there for red light therapy, and that's how I met you.
Yes, because I remember also, because I kind of forget a little bit. It's been a while, but I actually got a red light therapy bed. But there was stuff about that, right? About the red light therapy, also for the light therapy during the winter as well. It has lots of other benefits. But what do you think about that? We're jumping right into it, guys. The light therapy.
Oh, now red light therapy is one of my favorite things now.
You really?
Like I don't have enough stuff here.
Right.
So my next thing, I am going to get a red light therapy machine. I think there's actually somebody coming that has a red light business, very successful in New Jersey. So he's planning on having a satellite place here, which would be so awesome.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
and he's
Yeah.
gonna train us and then we'll do it, we'll do it here because so otherwise I'm going places now that have red light. And I
Yeah.
was going to a place, it's $100,000 red light machine. I got kind of spoiled, but it was like 40-minute drive one way. But I lost 33 pounds. Really
Wow.
helped me and definitely look, 14 years younger. Definitely.
Wow, from the red light therapy because I
I
remember
know.
it was all about, the cellular health, right? Because you know
Yeah.
all about this, right? So obviously, but it goes deep into your like mitochondria and energizes you as well. I
Yeah,
like
it's all about mitochondria. The reason people get old and they get all these problems, well, of course, it's, diet and all that, but it's the mitochondria. The mitochondria goes down.
yeah.
So the red light helps with the mitochondria,
Yeah.
stimulates the mitochondria. So what I was doing last year, I had my 50-year high school reunion. So
Oh,
I was like,
wow.
"Oh, I'm going to do this 3 times
Uh,
a week. I'm going to the $100,000 red light machine." And then I would combine it with the hyperbaric oxygen chamber, which I have. Okay.
that oh my God, never got to try that yet.
Oh my gosh. So you do the red light and the red light increases the mitochondria. Then you get in the hyperbaric, and the hyperbaric with the mitochondria being stimulated allows that oxygen to go into all your cells of your body. It's like getting double treatment. I've really been getting into more synergistic treatments, like
Yeah.
synergizing, like especially what we do here. I'll combine treatments together, and it amplifies the effect of all these treatments. So
Yeah.
hyperbaric, like you should do it if you can, like within a few hours of getting out of the red light machine. That's why having one here is going to be really good. I could get people in the red light and then get them right in the hyperbaric, you know?
Right. And for
But
people who don't know what hyperbaric, they might not know what red light is either, and we'll go into it. But just a basic, like for people to, what is that? What is she talking about? What is hyperbaric? Is oxygen chamber, and why
yeah,
is it important?
the longer I
Mm.
have this machine, the more I realize how much it can do.
Yeah.
It it goes on and on and on. Uh, what it does, like you can breathe all the oxygen you want, but it's not going to do what hyperbaric oxygen therapy does. The hyperbaric sends pressurized oxygen into your brain, into your cells, where regular oxygen can't get to. That's the key.
Right.
Going
Well,
up, and different hyperbaric chambers have different pressures. Mine is 1.2 ATA, they call it, or 4.4 psi. So it's equivalent to being 11 feet underwater.
oh my God. Wow.
That kind of pressure, yeah. So that pressure, so we give our clients an oxygen mask or cannula, and they get in there, zip them up, it blows up, and then it starts increased pressure. It gets as hard as a rock. They stay in there, so they're breathing in the oxygen while the pressure is sending the oxygen to all their different cells of their body. And one of the reasons I got it in 2019, and I was having foot drop from a back issue. I was having a nerve root compression, and I was on this pain seminar. Like they have them every was webinars every day. And the one day there was a chiropractor from New Jersey talking about hyperbaric. He has a hyperbaric place in New Jersey, and he had a herniated disc and was pressing on a nerve in his back, and he had foot drop. 2 sessions in the hyperbaric reversed his foot drop. So when I
Wow.
heard that, I said, I have got to get in the chamber. And I found a colleague of mine who had an older one. It was only 3 PSI and it didn't have the oxygen, but she was so kind to let me go down there like 4 or 5 times a week. And the 10th session there, it reversed the foot drop. And I said, oh, I've got to have one.
Oh
I
my
have got to
God.
have one. My husband
Wow.
goes, what are you, crazy? You're going to get a hyperbaric oxygen chamber? And I said, yeah,
Oh my, I love you.
once I
And
have my mind made up, that's
oh
what.
my, and you got one. And you got
Yeah,
one.
I got one. I ended up, it was something you could do. You can rent it. So I rented one. I rented it for 2 months, and 100% of the rental went towards purchase. So at the end of the 2 months, you could keep renting it, but then only 75% of it goes towards purchase. So at this point, I knew I had to have it.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I took a loan out and I got the chamber. I've known about chambers for a long time. My father had a massive stroke in the year 2000, and a scale of 1 to 10, he had a 7/8 bleed in his brain. And if it had been in another part of his brain, he would have been dead. So he was in the hospital for a couple of weeks, went through rehab and all that. And then I went on a search to find a place where he can go. And it was someplace down south. And it turned out it's the oldest hyperbaric place in the country. I think it's near Philly. And so we called him, and him and my stepmom went down there, stayed in a hotel. He had 2 1-hour sessions, 5 days a week, went home on the weekends. He lived in New Jersey, came back. I think he did it about 4 or 5 weeks. And he had the whole one-sided paralysis, everything, kind of, drooping a little bit in the mouth. And after all those sessions, reversed the total effect of the stroke. Reversed it.
Wow.
The only thing he couldn't do was button the top button on his shirt. Big deal. Got his life back, Hollis.
Wow, Donna, that's amazing. Now, let me ask you something. So, like you said it earlier, like, how does not having the oxygen affect you? Like people need this because we don't get enough oxygen, and like what happens in the body with the cells, or whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like not getting enough oxygen, obviously, is bad. So, how do people
Well, I
not
think
get oxygen?
you could say it's not enough oxygen, but the truth is it's not absorbing. It's not going through the blood-brain barrier to make the big changes that it needs to make for miracles and healing. I mean, this thing makes miracles,
Wow.
Yeah. So it goes through the blood-brain barrier, and it's able to get to the places. And I do feel, though, that we're not breathing the oxygen that we were before. I mean, there's pollution. Maybe we're holding our breath, or we're shallow breathing, and we're not getting. I have another machine here. It's called the Singlet Oxygen Energy Machine. I've had it a while. It's from Germany. And it makes singlet oxygen energy, and then you breathe the singlet oxygen energy in through a nasal cannula. So what it does, it helps you absorb oxygen better. It's similar to kind of like your digestion, right? You could be eating the best food, but if you're not digesting properly, you're not going to absorb it and assimilate it as you should. I think was it Dr. Bernard Jensen, who's our mentor, one of our mentors, and he said, it's not you are what you eat, it's you are what you absorb and assimilate. See, that's it. And so it's
Yeah.
the same with the oxygen.
And I heard about that a lot too, because I remember when Peter or Dr. Amato, there was a lot of people, and he even, I don't know if I recall correctly, if he did a test or something about that to see if you were absorbing it. Like a lot of people don't, because there would be people who would take these supplements, but they had to take something else to absorb it. Is that?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. So because a lot of people, they take supplements, I don't know, if if you're absorbing it, right? Because the best way is to absorb is that through the blood, why people get those IV treatments and stuff.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Right.
Absolutely. That's
Yeah.
100% absorption. There's alternate forms of delivery system too. So there's even creams that have nutrition in it. We used to sell rectal suppositories that have nutrition in it. And I guess in Europe, it's big, taking your nutrition the other way.
Right.
Of course, since this is the rectal center,
Yeah. We're
Right.
jumping in. We just jumped right into it. We're just getting into it. There's so much, right? Okay. So
Oh, there's
we're
so
gonna talk
much.
about
It's
chronic
crazy.
rectal-
I had this client, right? She was I knew this brilliant doctor in Florida, and I used to send my tough patients to him, my tough clients to him. And there was this one woman who had that horrible bypass surgery where they bypass your stomach and 2/3 of your intestines, your small intestine.
Wait, was that so people don't eat as much? Is that the whole thing?
Yes, for the weight loss. I think it's medical. No, I don't know. I don't. It's not good. Well, then of course, since most absorption takes place in the small intestine, she was low on all kinds of things. She was depressed because she was low in serotonin.
Yeah.
Serotonin is 95% of serotonin, the happy, feel-good neurotransmitter, is produced in the first part of the small intestine. That was bypassed. Her iron was low. Yeah, she was anemic. There was all kinds of things that were low on her.
Right.
So I sent her down to David, the doctor from Florida. He did all kinds of testing on her. He invented sublingual nutrients so she could absorb, and then eventually suppositories. She got better. She needed that. So he ended up making a big business out of this. And, marketed to these doctors that do these surgeries for their patients that can't absorb. But there's a lot of people that can't absorb anyway.
And
So
how would
you're
you
not meant
know?
to, you're not meant to constantly take stuff rectally, but
Right, right,
maybe
right.
there's just a time and a place for everything.
'Cause yeah, exactly. And how would you know, Donna? Like, is there any easy way to know, or is it just like, because you never know? I'm taking all these supplements. Are they working or not? Like, is there any easy way to? Is there a test to know if you could
Yeah, well,
absorb?
there's definitely tests. We did a really good blood test for a long, long time, and insurance paid for most of it. It's called SpectraCell micronutrient testing, and you could have muscle testing too. That could show some things if you have somebody really good at that. But and so it's blood work, and it tests all your micronutrients, your vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, all of that. It tests all of that. And what the beauty of this is, it tests it inside the cell. Because let's say you can go to a lab and have like blood work done, and let's say B12 level or calcium. That's what's in your blood today. But that's not telling you if it's in your cells. It's not going to do you any good if it's just in the blood and it's not getting in the cells. So
Mm.
this micronutrient testing told you everything.
Wow, and
So,
that's
yeah,
what it's called for the audience out there. I want to get it.
yeah.
I want
It's
Dion to
called
get it.
spectracell micronutrient testing.
You guys
And
got that? SpectraCell.
spectracell. Yeah,
My
it's a specialty lab that's out of Houston, Texas. Yeah,
okay.
that tells your micronutrients inside the cells. And so what happens is, like, let's say you have an issue. Well, if you have an issue, you're going to be using more nutrients because of that issue.
Hmm.
And it's going to show up and it's going to form, the nutrient deficiencies are going to form patterns. The patterns are going to point to problems and issues. You can even know what's coming up for you in the future by what's coming up in your micronutrient testing.
Right. So is that because
Yeah.
that like the root? I mean, here we go. No pun intended. The root of holistic health, right? Is getting to the root of it. And I think I said this on another show.
Yeah.
Like with when you go to the normal doctor, like and they do regular work, they don't always test for all these things. Like, is that what the functional blood work is and all that? Like, I remember that from Inner Harmony. That goes
Yeah.
deeper and like it's seeing where you're low. Is that's kind of what you're talking about? Is that what
Yeah,
functional
that's
medicine is?
one of the functional tests. Yes. Functional
Yeah.
medicine testing. Yes, absolutely. There's many.
Yeah, because that's the thing, like, and like you just said, seeing what's in the future, is it more preventative as well to see, like,
It's
see
preventative
more?
and it'll show that there's something there also, that there is a disease and it'll point to it. And it's always right. I remember the one lady, she tested and she had a number of micronutrients that were low that form bones. I think she was low in manganese and K, calcium, D, and maybe there was zinc, maybe zinc. And then she had a DEXA scan done. She had osteoporosis. I told her, I said, you're something going on with your bones. You really should have tested, you know?
Yeah,
So it helped her. So then she got on the proper nutrients and, also bioidentical hormones helps with that because that we need that for our bones. And yeah, so she was able to reverse it.
wow.
It can
Yeah,
pick
so
up
this is
thyroid, heart, blood
um,
sugar issues, emotional stuff, you
this
know,
is all that test that you said.
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Amazing.
we
If
got that.
you go on their website, you'll see all of that. And
Okay.
then they have integrative medicine doctors like that read your reports. Well, they'll read it for the practitioner. And then what I would do is I would, have the appointment once I got their results, I would have the appointment with the integrative medicine doctor and he would go over the results and then he'd make the recommendations and then I'd have it all there. I'd bring them in, we'd put them on a program. And it's not all about just taking supplements. Because again, if
Right.
they're not absorbing, right? Like, so some of the
Right.
people would show digestive issues that they're not absorbing, like they need help with their digestion. So you need to work on their digestion so they can absorb.
Right. Yeah. Because that's the thing too. Like you, especially with or supplements and all that, because when you're your own, you're trying to figure out, you hear so much, right? They're like, you need this, and you're thinking, I'm going to be taking 8,000 vitamins a day. People get confused. I think it's almost too much. What do I
Too
do?
much. It can be too much.
Yeah.
Definitely too
So,
much. And I think when people take so many things, it's like your body after a while, like, okay, no way. And then it almost like rejects it because it's just like too much of a good thing. You
yeah.
know?
Here's a question. So, like, in your And then we'll backtrack in a little bit and we'll say if you Waverly
We'll
Well
go back to hyperbaric if you want. Because I
I
could
had
talk
fun.
about hyperbaric till I'm blue in the
I
face,
know, and you might be able to show us it in a little bit.
Oh, I can show you. I can give you guys a tour.
Yay! Okay,
Can
good.
show
We're
you
gonna get you the
around.
tour. Well, here, I just had a question. What would you say? Because you've seen so many people over the years and stuff. What's one thing that you feel like you notice in everybody? Like, is there a common thing? Like, is it true? Like, most people are really low on vitamin D. Like, what's the main thing that the common thread you always see? Like, people are
Well,
low on it.
everybody's low in vitamin D unless you take it.
Right. Yeah.
Sorry. Everybody we
I do
test is
think
low in
that.
vitamin D.
And
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
important though. Do you think that's just because of it comes from the sun, or why are we low on it? And isn't it very important?
It's very important for so many reasons. Many,
Mm.
many, many reasons. I mean, obviously, with what I do here with the colonics, I attract a lot of people that have digestion issues and
Yeah.
constipation. So I see a lot of that. And that's mostly what I see, but I see a lot of other things too. But that's the main thing. And you know what? When I first got into this, Hollis, 30 years ago when I lived in California,
Mhm.
they were saying back then, like, oh, all disease and all health begins in the gut. And like I would tell people, they thought I was crazy. They really thought I was. And then when I moved back here, I'm Waverly.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
my husband has taken me around to the Waverly Com and introducing me. Oh, Donna does colonics. I said,
Right.
don't tell them that. Don't tell them that. Now I'm proud of it. But no,
Yeah.
as,
You're a
as you
trailblazer.
know, as
I was
you
so happy to
know,
find you in Waverly. I was like, "Oh my gosh," because when I moved back to
Waverly. Yeah, 'cause
California.
I met a husband. I met a husband at Wegmans in line, standing in line. I was living in
Oh,
California. I wasn't coming back here. You kidding me? I said,
isn't
I'm
that
never
crazy?
moving back to northeastern Pennsylvania.
I know. That's kind of how I felt because, like, let's take a minute back. Let's backtrack a little bit because I think it's interesting because we just jumped into it. But for people
I
who
know.
are, and that's fine because we're good. I even have people who are like, oh, I want to watch this episode more. Like, there's a lot of people wondering. I'm going to be listening to my friend Aaron from Maine. He's awesome. And Aaron's recently
Oh,
had a lot of leg trouble with his calf and stuff going on with that. But he said, I'm going to be listening to this episode several times. Me too, because I don't have a pen and I have to write down what she said about that test. But yes, okay, let's backtrack a little bit because it's
sure.
all part of the journey is interesting because my eyes were opened in California too, and not because California. I mean, I love the sun and all that, but California seemed a little bit ahead of the times with like holistic, and that's where I personally started getting into all this stuff too. That's where I ever had my first colonic, and people might not even know what that is. So we'll talk about all that, but
Yeah.
I'm sure maybe they do, but and why they're important and all that stuff. But backtrack, like was this something the holistic health and everything that you were into you just had a knowing? Did something happen? Like, you hear stories like someone was very sick and they changed their life. They got into it. Like, what was the moment you knew that led you on
I
the
think
journey?
most everybody that gets into this have had their own health problems and
Yeah.
they're making a search and they can't find answers with the regular medical. And that was me. I was
Yeah.
always sick. And as a child, I was sick. The doctor, and the doctor used to come to the house and, they put me on antibiotics. And of course, did a job on my gut back
Yeah.
then, and as I got older, I remember the first time I was thinking about this today that I probably would bring it up to you. I had an stomach ulcer when I was 16. And the doctor put me on Maalox and milk, alternating Maalox and milk and Valium. How about that?
Wow.
And I couldn't, I mean, I struggled with that all through nursing
Wow.
school. And then I don't know if you were around back then, but there was a nutritionist in Old Forge. Her name was Jerry Clark. And she did a lot of Shackley vitamins. You remember Shackley back then? I think they're still around. And they were known for their alfalfa tablets. I was like, the alfalfa tablets were a cure for everything. Well, I went to her and she put me, I don't remember the whole regimen. I remember doing a little bit of yoga with my meals, the alfalfa tablets. I don't know what else. Heals my ulcer. Ever since then, a stomach of steel, seriously. And
Wow.
then that was it for a long time. I didn't know there was anything to pursue. I went through nursing school, I went through
Right.
nursing, got disillusioned with nursing. And,
Was that in Pennsylvania? Donna, you were still in
yeah, that was in
Pennsylvania?
Pennsylvania. Yeah. I went
Okay.
to nursing school here in Carbondale, Pennsylvania, a nursing school there. And I worked in the nursing field for a few years, and I'm so disillusioned. I thought I was going to be like Florence Nightingale.
Aw. You always wanted to help people. That was the thing. I think I would be a good nurse, but the only thing is we're different. Because I remember once you were telling me when I was getting into all this stuff in
Yeah.
Army, you're like, "Do you have your nursing?" And I'm like, the one thing is IVs and blood. It's weird. Like I'm so interested in healing. I'm so interested in the body. I want to help people, but like God, like I'm one of those who could like faint at blood. I'm like, so I don't think I could. Be a nurse.
And there's different ways of becoming a nurse. So like now I'm a holistic nurse. I'm a nurse. I'm still a nurse. I even keep my license, but now I'm a holistic. But it was really my own health problems that led me into this. And when I had I really crashed in 1986. I hurt my back. I had an eating disorder. And I think, okay, I'm in this field. But I'm in this field because I went through several years of transformation. I went through a lot of years of suffering, and searching to try to find out, like, what the heck? How can I help myself? I went to my friend, Dr. Carol, and she sold me her first juicer, my first juicer.
Wow.
I remember it was the Acme centrifugal one, And I started juicing, and I got that one book by Norman Walker. It was juice fasting. I did my first juice fast.
Right.
That was in 1987. I did my first juice fast. And oh my gosh, I felt so good.
And again, this was still in Pennsylvania.
Oh,
right?
I was in Pennsylvania in 86, 87. Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Because not a lot of people were doing it then. So you're kind of, right? No one really knew about this stuff.
No, especially in Northeastern PA. Now with the internet, things are more. But like you said, I had to go 3,000 miles away to find these things. I mean, it's on every corner out there. That was my school, really.
And was that what led you to California? Did you somehow know, like, did someone say, hey, you should go out west?
No, wait to hear this. So I love that juice fast, And so then I ended up doing volunteer work at this place in Clark Summit, and it was associated with the Himalayan Institute, Center for Health Enhancement, it was called. And it was like vegetarian, and then they had classes there, and then you could go up. There's like different retreats up there. And I found out there was a juice fasting retreat up in the Himalayan Institute. So I went up there for the weekend to learn all about the Ayurvedic way of juice fasting. They're into very Ayurvedic, which is Indian, ways of doing things, a lot of different cleansing and stuff. And while I was there, I met this woman that was traveling all over the world to heal herself. And at this time, I wasn't working in nursing. I was in between. I'm like, Lord, show me what to do. I don't know. I can't go back to regular nursing. Show me what I'm supposed to be doing. And I was in therapy and all that stuff to get over the eating disorder. I got off sugar. That's when I got off sugar. I've been off sugar, a white flour for 40 some years. I guess it's 40 years. No, it's 40. It'll be 40 years in September. And I was like an alcoholic with sugar. And I don't expect everybody to do what I did, but I knew I needed to. And so when I went up there, I met her. She had ALS. If you guys know what ALS is, very bad.
Yeah.
And she was in a wheelchair. She's traveling all over the world to heal herself because there's no cure for that.
Right.
Our next stop was staying at the Himalayan Institute. They had this combined therapy program where they would combine regular medicine with functional medicine. They had doctors there. And her next stop was going to San Diego at this Optimum Health Institute. But you have to be able to take care of yourself there. So she needed somebody to go with her. So I met her. She offered to pay for my stay. And I had just been thinking about, I always wanted to go to San Diego.
Oh, see, there you go. You were
so Easter Day, March 23rd, 1989, I took off with her.
Wow.
And I was only supposed to stay 3 weeks. I went through the whole program myself, and I helped her through the program. And then I was going to leave, but no, I didn't leave.
Right? You're like,
Hollis, I never knew it was possible to feel that good. I was always sick. I was always sick. And so it was all raw foods, wheatgrass juice. You drink wheatgrass juice. There's enemas, every day enemas, followed by you juice the wheatgrass, then you'd put it in the enema bucket, put that up, hold it for 20 minutes. That would allow the wheatgrass to go up into your liver. It would just detoxify the liver, and then the chlorophyll, the wheatgrass, it would just restore everything. And we would do that every day. Ease and eyes, we called them. We called them our ease and eyes, enemas and implants. They had the colonics there. They had classes, 3 classes a day. There were people coming there from all over the world just by word of mouth.
Wow. And this was
it was an Ann Wigmore type. If you ever heard of Ann Wigmore from Boston, she had a place, all raw foods. They healed a lot of people,
Right.
people.
Yeah. So let me ask you, well, that's so interesting. So, but that was all in California, and then you.
Yeah, that was in California, a little town called Lemon Grove. So I went with her. Supposed to stay 3 weeks, ended up staying 4 months, totally transformed my health, transformed my life. I saw all these dreaded diseases healed, cancer and MS and even mental issues. And I was blown away. And I just had to ask myself, why didn't I learn about this in nursing school? I mean, we learned about detox from drugs and alcohol, but not white flour, sugar, caffeine, all that other stuff.
Right.
No.
Because I've heard that a lot, Donna, like of different like nurses and doctors, that they don't take a lot of courses on diet at all. Like they don't really know about nutrition so much because is it because you think that doctors and nurses are, in the normal medicine, you know what I mean? Traditional, it's like they're covering up the symptom. They're not really trying to get to the root cause of it. And do you believe that food is the number one thing? I know there's other factors.
It is the number one. I believe it's the number one thing. And we have a world full of toxins, So what they taught us at the Health Institute, San Diego, was most diseases are caused from toxins in the body and lack of nutrition. And if you can get the toxins out, put proper nutrition in, your body knows how to heal itself.
Yeah.
And it was demonstrated. I was amazed by this.
Wow.
I couldn't believe it.
Wow. No wonder that you were going on this journey and wanted to tell everyone what you knew and help other people.
And then after a few weeks, I'm like, oh, my depression went away. Could it be the sun?
Right. Yeah.
That was part of it. Sunny there every day.
Definitely part of
it. Oh, yeah. But then the raw food diet, filling your body with enzymes and oxygen. And imagine that. You're filling your body with live food. With live food, you come alive.
I always said that too. You want to eat, if you want to feel alive, eat foods that are alive, fresh, alive. If you want to feel more dead, eat things in boxes, eat dead things all the time. I heard that a long time ago. It stuck with me. Made sense.
I think a lot of that came into being, I think in the 50s, right? They were packaging things, and remember those Swanson TV dinners, all the different things. It wasn't the fresh anymore. It was I think things used to be organic. It was just naturally organic. It wasn't, you didn't have to put a label on it or do special thing. It was like that. And then everything started changing. And the big thing with the, if I may mention this, because the problem with this country and the allopathic and not even offering nutrition classes for doctors in medical schools, it's something called, look it up, it's called the Flexner Report.
Flexner Report.
Flexner. So, all the big wigs and Rockefeller, all those guys, they all got together and decided what was going to be taught in medical school. And it was drugs and surgery. No nutrition.
And why? Because I always said this on the show, and you know this too. There's not much money in people who are already healthy, right? So you keep them sick.
You can't patent it.
Yeah, keep them coming back because what was it? What I just said, in the cure, there's not that much money. It's sick people, keep them coming back. Let's not get to the root of it, because then they won't be playing out their ass, no pun intended, for freaking the cost of the prescriptions and everything. You can keep them hooked, and that was the difference, right, between holistic health and and the regular traditional, is that they're not looking for the root, what's causing it. No, let's put a Band-Aid on it, right? Okay, you have headaches every day. Well, just keep taking aspirin, and now the aspirin costs this much, and you keep, instead of saying, well, what's causing the headache? Maybe it is a nutrition thing. You're not getting enough, whatever. Make an example.
And that's one more thing your body has to get rid of. Then the meds and all that stuff,
right? And then the side effects that come from this medicine. Yeah.
Yeah, so look up the Flexner report. So then what they did was they actually punished doctors if they didn't comply.
I believe that. Yeah.
Yeah, they could lose their license. So that's what happened. That's when it all started. And in Europe and all the other countries, they do all that. They do
Mhm.
all functional medicine. You can go into an emergency room. I went to an iridology conference in Ohio once, and there's iridologists from all over the world. They said you walk into an emergency room, they look in your eye and do iridology.
I
It's not that
remember
they're
reading
not doing
about
all
that.
the regular testing too, but then they'll do that stuff.
So for people who don't know what that is, that's when they look at your eye and they could tell certain things.
Yeah, yeah, every part of the body is in the eye.
I remember reading a little bit about that.
Yeah,
It's so and people,
right
and that's
on.
the thing too. I read it, and again, I'm not great with the titles, but lots of different books and pieces of this. And I remember reading it was about the banks and then the doctors, and then they came in and they said, okay, this health stuff is working for people. Like, call them. Does this sound familiar? Call them, oh, crazy. Like, it doesn't really work. Like, an onion or a garlic is actually going to help a cold rather than, this pill that costs all this money.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we were actually saying that people, or chiropractors too, I remember, it was like, oh no, that these are, I don't know if they called them crazy, but they were saying, no, that's not, this is what you have to learn. It sounds very familiar, right?
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
So that's
Oh my
what
God.
happened. You
So
know.
back to California. You're there, you're learning about the colonics, the cleanses. Now, this is a big one you always hear, and I know you know so much about it. And I remember this from Inner Harmony. There was like 7 things: heavy metals, fungi, mold, but a big one I want to get into: parasites. Now,
Oh.
I know we could be here for like here,
Uh-huh.
because some people don't, because they're creepy, right? You hear about them in your gut, your brain.
They're creepy. I know.
And
I know.
But I know. So let's get, if you don't mind
Oh,
talking
I
about
don't
them.
mind.
Are you good? Do you want to? We'll do a quick commercial. Are you good?
I'm just standing up. I'm just stand up
Okay.
and walk around.
I told
Yeah.
you, time goes fast. So you're
It
stuck.
does.
I
It
know.
does. Oh, we're talking 40 minutes already.
I know, but hey, like I said, I have nowhere to go. But parasites. Okay, so tell me, and how do you think everybody has a parasite? Because people will get freaked out, but we're going to tell you how to get rid
I
of them.
know. I
How
know.
do you have one?
Yeah, I think everybody has things that pass through them. Some of them don't. Some of them just pass through and they're not harmful, but like maybe 35% can stay, and I mean think about it. You're gonna, if you have animals, you do with deworming. We have to get dewormed too,
Yeah.
right? We have to get dewormed too. They're real. It's hard to test for them, Hollis, because there's thousands of them, okay? And I mean, you could test, I do digestive stool analysis and microbiome testing and all that. And, but you can't test for every single one of them. I mean, I've had clients of mine, actually see a worm come out of them. They get it, send it to the lab, and it doesn't even come back showing anything. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's really crazy. So I think it's a good idea to do it. And really the bottom line is our gut. This is a lot of our immune system is in our intestines. It's our microbiome. And the key is to raise our immune system up so we could fight these things. In our gut, there's 80% good bacteria, 20% bad. The 80% are our army. And it's the army that fight the bad.
Right.
So if you're doing things to kill the army, the only thing that's preventing the bad from taking over is the good.
Right.
So
Right.
yes, it's important to kill them and get them out of your body, but it's also important to replenish yourself and raise your immune system so they don't come back.
Right.
And even like we should really every part of our digestive system has different pHs. So when you, let's say you're eating something, let's say you're eating sushi and it has a worm in it, right? If you have enough stomach acid, that stomach acid should destroy that thing. But if you don't, it can pass through. Then it goes to the small intestine. Then if there's not enough good bacteria there, it'll flourish. You see? See how it works?
Yeah.
So it's all, it's all about digestion, and it's about it, raising your immune system up. But I would say there's definitely a time and place for killing parasites and yeast and fungus and viruses and all of that stuff, for sure. For
Yeah.
sure.
And do you think
And
a lot of, oh, sorry, go ahead.
no, it's okay. But I just wanted to kind of mention that most parasites are microscopic. Okay, so you're not gonna always like see a worm. But they
Right.
do come out. Yeah, I've seen worms. I've absolutely seen worms, and worms come out on the full moon. So if you're wanting to kill worms, start your parasite cleanse a week before the full moon. And if you can, get 3 colonics 3 days in a row, day before, day of, and the day after, and you'll see real worms come out and they're dead. Yeah,
Oh.
it's gross. I know.
Oh my gosh. Hey, listen, it's not pretty, but you know what? You get rid of them and you'll feel better. But so would you say like is a parasite, and how many times have you seen, like, do you think the parasite causes like the disease? Like, cause I've heard that, you'll see all these things on Instagram go by, and like even cancer and stuff like that. Cause
Yeah,
cancer is like abnormal cells, right? Like everything is dysfunction, disease in the cells. So
yeah.
would a parasite cause cancer? I mean, are these
I think
things
I think where there is cancer, there's parasites for sure. What came first, chicken or
right?
the egg? But no, yeah, I definitely that has to be addressed when there's cancer. Cancer is a very multifaceted situation, but yes, it's important to address it as one of the things that you're going to do for yourself to get over that thing,
Yeah.
in my
And like,
opinion.
yeah. So, wow. I know you talk about I'm like, oh my God, we could go all different directions with the parasite thing. But
Oh, I know.
as far as for cleanses, I know a lot of people are probably freaked out. They're like, oh my God. I've heard you tell me like cloves. Like, is there one master thing that you would say, okay, if you think you have them, get these ingredients? I mean, I know a
Yeah,
colonic.
there's the standard ones, the wormwood, black walnut, clove, all the pumpkin seeds, all those things. Yeah, I think it's a good idea, kind of like when you're going to do like a broad spectrum antibiotic, for instance. It's good idea to do a broad spectrum parasite cleanse, and have all those ingredients to address it and attack it from all sides.
Yeah.
I actually like the essential oils because the essential oils have so many different properties in one oil. It can attack from a lot of different sides. Yeah, I was
The
just talking to
essential-
somebody the other day about it. Young Living has a good one. I think it's called Parafree. It's strong. It's really strong. And there's also homeopathic ones too that are very good. You get the right homeopathic remedy, man, and it gets it.
Wait, as far like you mean essential oils that what you put on your body and it will get rid of it?
Take them
Or-
internally.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
you take them
you actually
internally for the kill the parasites. Yeah, the Young Living oils, most of them you could take internally.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. There you
Yeah.
go. You're teaching
Because
us so much.
there's no bad stuff in it. I trust them. I've been to the farms. They're pure. Yeah,
I
we've
didn't
been
know
taking oils internally for years.
really? So obviously you dilute it with water and then you drink a little bit? Or
Well, the best thing to do is dilute it with like a carrier oil. It what do you call it? It carries it into the system best with oil because it's an oil. Like if you put it in water, it'll float to the top. But if you put it with like olive oil or coconut oil, or they sell a V6 oil, if you put it with that, whether you put it on your body or take it internally, it's best absorbed that way. Although I put it in my water. In fact, I'm drinking some tea right now, and I have some citrus oils in my tea, and I'm drinking that. So
yeah. Oh my God. Wow, I didn't know that. So thank you. Always learning.
welcome.
Yeah, you're the best. Okay, another question. Big question, because it all comes, like you said, so much just comes to your diet and what you're putting in. You got to get rid of the toxins first, you say, and some of them are parasites, right? And what about heavy metals? Is that a big thing you see, like mercury in your teeth? I've read like in your liver, there's copper, mercury, like so much that's happening in your liver.
Yeah,
Seems like
true.
the
Yeah,
liver is a big
and a
thing.
lot of times, yeah, a lot of times the bug and even like candida is there to protect you against the heavy metals and even cholesterol. Cholesterol is lining your veins and arteries to protect you so the acid from the metals don't eat away your vessels. Yeah,
Wow.
so in order to get rid of um the bug, you have to get rid of the heavy metals.
Wow. Is that the stuff that would show up in that blood test you were saying? Like, would they be able to see like you have a lot of mercury in your blood and copper? Like, do they know
Well,
that?
there'll be micronutrients that you're going to use more if you have something like that, because it's going to use more of those nutrients to get that stuff out of the body. Glutathione is one of them, and that's one of the things they test. So glutathione is the master antioxidant, and it grabs those heavy metals and toxins and brings them out of the body. So if you're low on glutathione, there's something going on in your body that your body is using extra glutathione for. And then they look for other new micronutrients that would confirm that. But then there's heavy metal tests you could do. I did I think it was a 24-hour urine. I think I did. First I did a urine test, and then I took something called EDTA, which is a chelator. EDTA gets rid of heavy metals in the body and cleans out veins and arteries. And so then I took some EDTA, and then I tested again. And those two tests were totally different. So the plain urine test without taking the EDTA was normal, showed no heavy metals. And then but sometimes what happens, Hollis, is the heavy metals are deep in the body. So the EDTA, the chelator, brings them out into the bloodstream. And then when you do the urine test again, it shows it. It shows it.
Wow.
Yeah,
See?
I think I had,
Goodness.
what did I have? Mercury wasn't the highest. I think I had lead. Lead was higher. I had lead, what I remember. I don't remember what the other ones were. And, my infrared sauna, that took care of a lot of things for me, because that gets the heavy metals right out through the skin.
And Donna, what would the heavy metals cause most? Like, I've heard that's linked to Alzheimer's and things like that. I mean, like if you're high in heavy metals in your body, well, I mean, I'm sure it's all different kind of ailments and diseases, but
that's one of the ones that are most well known. But again, the clogged arteries. A lot of my family went for IV chelation down at Dr. Koch's in Hazleton when he was here, and my grandmother, she had her arteries were clogged up. They wanted to do another open heart surgery on her. She couldn't even walk 300 feet without getting out of breath. And she went down there and she got the IV chelation. She had 45 treatments, totally cleared her arteries and veins. She didn't need open heart surgery.
Oh my God. And what clogs your arteries? Is it just your diet, or is it heavy metals and things like that? Like all the
heavy metals too. Yeah.
That's why it's so important to try to get them out. Now, they come from like in the air though, right? Is it like that glyphosate and in your teeth and your food?
Yeah. I mean that I don't know if they're even doing that. I think they finally have taken out mercury out of fillings in this country. I think they finally have.
I hope so, because
what a concept.
I'm sure you've heard the story a million. It's like, I want to get them all done, but I can't afford to get all my teeth out right now. But I think I'm pretty sure these are mercury that I have in. I have some fillings.
From a child, when you were a child?
Yeah, I've had them for a long time. I mean, I'm assuming. I mean, it's in Pennsylvania. I mean, but like, are they worth getting removed? Do you think are they still?
I think they're worth. I do think it's worth it if you can do it. You can go to one that's reasonable. You don't have to go to those. I mean, you want to go to a holistic dentist that, does it properly, but you don't have to spend $1 zillion for some of those people that charge so much.
Is that how? Would you say the biggest way for heavy metals? Is it again what you eat, like fish, like tuna? Is it your teeth?
Tuna is the highest form of mercury. Even just eating tuna once a week will give you mercury. You're right. Yeah. Wow. And then it's really high. So the bigger the fish, the more heavy metals, the more mercury's in there. Sardines would be the best, right? But yeah. Well, I think the teeth and other toxins in the environment. You know how it is. Yeah, I'm sure you guys have heard. They have tested babies' umbilical cord when they're born, and they're full of toxins and heavy metals and all kinds of crap.
Because
they're coming down.
Wow.
Coming down. But don't worry about any of that. You just clean it up. You do the best you can, and you kiss the rest to God.
Yeah, no, for
'Cause you don't want to
sure.
get stressed about it either.
Yeah, yeah.
No?
No, you're right. You just want to do because you could do all these things, you want I know what you mean. Yes. But
Like
I
we're
guess
talking about all these things, and it's really great. 'Cause we want to be aware.
yeah,
Knowledge is power, you
right.
know?
But you don't want to live in constant fear because no matter what you do,
Yeah.
sometimes you can't control what's raining down from the sky. I mean, like on us or what's, you
Yeah.
know, I wish you could, but like you said, because there's people we know that you could do everything, every single thing. I know people who are crazy, we're crazy about it, but at the same time, you have to live and, I believe in God or our time's up or I don't know. You know what I mean? There's a little bit of both.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
For sure.
but
Yeah,
yes,
but my grandmother, she lived another 15 years fully functional. Like she was an old Italian grandmother. She'd get up at 5:30 in the morning and cook and clean and do all this stuff. And after having the chelation, she was able to do it all and live another 15 years fully functional.
wow. Donna, this
Yeah.
is so cool. I love having you as a guest. We're going to take a quick break because I
Okay.
have to go to the bathroom.
Oh, good.
And
I will do it.
so
I will too.
I want to ask you something, and I have my question written down because we started talking about the parasites. And remember, guys, scrolling across the bottom here, everything is on her website. She's going to show us a little bit of the a tour there.
Oh, I'll give you a tour. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was gonna take you down to the sauna room where you can get out the heavy metals.
yeah. Well, when we get back, we're going to go into it. We'll take a couple questions I see in the chat room, and I want to ask you about like some more a diet question about some proteins and all that stuff. But
Sure.
yeah, we'll take a quick
Sure.
break. In the meantime, guys, this is Holistics. You're watching Holistics. I'm Hollis Mahady, your host. We have the wonderful Donna Florimonte, the founder of the Waverly Wellness House. I told you guys she's awesome. Is she not awesome? We're gonna have more questions when we get back. And in the meantime, all this is on your website, right? At the way and I have it.
It is all the we have about 16 different modalities that we offer. I'm going to give you a little tour. I'll show you some of the machines.
Awesome. Okay, great, guys. So in the
Okay,
meantime,
come back.
we'll be right back and back with
Okay.
Donna from the Waverly Wellness House in just
Yay.
a couple minutes, like
Yay.
2 or 3 minutes. So go get your drink for the second evening and get your second hour and get your questions ready, guys. This is the time you have her. She's an expert here. She's changed lives, including her own and many others. All right, we will be right
Yeah.
back with Donna Florimonte.
Okay. Thanks,
on
Howard.
All right.
Bye.
You're watching Holistics, hosted by Hollis Mahady. Be sure to visit hollismahady.com and join our email list to stay updated on upcoming shows, special events, new music, books, podcasts, and creative projects. And if you're looking for a community of like-minded people who value authentic human connection, meaningful conversations, creativity, music, art, and personal growth, join us at buymeacom/Hollis Mahady. Together, we're building a growing community focused on preserving what matters most. Real people, real conversations, and genuine connection. Hey guys, have you noticed it too? The world is changing fast. Technology, AI, social media, endless scrolling. Sometimes it feels like we're all trying to keep up while wondering what we've lost along the way. The world is changing. This isn't about resisting the change, and it's not about living in the past. It's about bringing the best of what makes us human with us into the future. Authentic human connection, meaningful conversations, creativity, community, kindness, being human. I'm Hollis, and I don't claim to have all the answers, but like you, I'm simply navigating this changing world one day at a time. And that's why I created this community. It's a place for real conversations, shared experiences, curiosity, creativity, and connection. It's a place where like-minded people can come together and remember what matters most. In a world filled with self-promotion, this community isn't just about me. It's about us. So as my contribution, I'll share things that I do create. Music, podcasts, stories, creative projects, special events I'm thinking about having, and a complimentary digital copy of Love Zombies Land. A story for kids, but a reminder for adults too. But the real value here isn't just the content. It's the community we're building together. And if that sounds like something you've been looking for, I'd love to have you join us. The world is changing, guys, but let's bring the best of what makes us human with us. If you're interested or thinking about joining, head over to buymeacoffee.com/Hollis Mahady and check it out. The world has forgotten something important. and it's up to Lolly and the Love Zombies army to help us remember. When the evil Drago unleashes dark energies and dangerous amnesia fumes across Earth, a colorful band of heroes embark on a cosmic adventure filled with friendship, imagination, and heart. Love Zombies Land, a story for kids, but a reminder for adults too. Available now as a digital download exclusively at hollismahady.com. Each copy includes access to bonus content and a special soundtrack through an exclusive QR code inside the book. Join the community at buymeacoffee.com/hollismahady and receive a free digital copy as a thank you. And coming soon, the paperback edition, which will be available on Amazon. Join Lolly and the Love Zombies Army on their mission to help the world remember what matters most: love. Love Zombies Land, out now. Get your digital copy exclusively at hollismahady.com or order the paperback today on Amazon. All right, guys, we are back. Let's see. And if in case, again, you didn't see that commercial, maybe you went out and got a drink during the commercial, Love Zombies Land, it is available on Amazon. And you know what? The Love Zombies are vegetarians. So they don't actually eat. You know, they're not human. They thrive on love and connection. And they occasionally nibble on fruits and vegetables. And when we get Donna back up here, when she's ready, we are talking with Donna Florimonte. She is the founder of the Waverly Wellness House. And the first hour, she is a wealth of knowledge. She's going to give us a little tour of her place as well and all the modalities. We talked a little bit about the hyperbaric oxygen chamber, red light therapy, but we're going to hear about colonics. We're going to hear more about what she has over there because she has so much. But yeah, when she's ready, we'll bring her back up on the stage and we're going to ask her a few more questions. Good? Yeah? Okay. There she is. Okay.
Hi.
I don't know. Hi, Donna. Welcome back. Welcome back to
Hello. Thanks for having me back.
You know what? And I don't want to forget to ask you this because it's important. Are you a vegetarian? And what is your feeling about eating meat and protein? I think that's a big thing, the protein debate. And like you know what I mean? Should I get it from plants? Should I get it from meat? Should I not eat animals? Because we have vegetarians, but you know, a lot of people eat meat. I used to do the vegetarian thing. I was a vegan for a while in California. And then, you know, and then the whole thing about eating the energy of the animals and like all, what is your take on all this with?
I know. I've done a lot too. I've done all that too. You know, and when I was at the Himalayan Institute, it was vegetarian. They had dairy, but it was vegetarian. I loved it. I remember I was, I have so much more energy. I like this. And then when I went to California, that was extreme for sure. That was all raw and sprouts and lacto-fermented vegetables and fermented drinks. We drank this thing called Rejubilac. It was like a little champagne, but it wasn't, you know. And it was all raw and the wheatgrass and the whole thing. I mean, I remember that first meal I had when I went to the health institute. What is this on my plate? There were these things called sunflower greens, buckwheat lettuce. There was a seed ball. There was fenugreek sprouts. There was all this stuff. I'm like, what the heck is this? Seed cracker. So yeah, so then I was a raw foodist for a long time. I 2.5 years, I was 100% raw foodist. I felt amazing. But then things started getting out of balance, you know? Then I started having too much fruit. Then I started having too much dry food. Then I started getting like a little spacey, you know? And then I did 75% raw, 25% cooked, especially when I moved back here and it wasn't the sun, you know?
Yeah.
And then I had gone to David there in Florida, the same doctor that invented the suppositories, and he muscle tested me. He goes, Donna, you need meat. I'm like, meat? I'm like, I hadn't even had red meat in all those years, but it was the strangest thing. He says, no, just until your immune system comes up. I'm like, oh gosh. And I forced myself. You know, it was weird. Hadn't eaten meat probably 20 years because way back in the diet, you eat diets, don't eat red meat. Do you know I digested it just fine? You would think like, oh, there's no enzymes there for this meat after all these years. And I do eat meat. I think there might come a time when we won't, you know, but I do. And I feel that everybody's an individual.
Yeah.
You know, and that we all need different things based on our body type or our metabolic type or what stage we're in for whatever reason. You know, I think it's when you're cleansing for sure, you know, you can do the vegan or the juicing, and I'm a big proponent of fasting.
Yeah.
Fasting, food fasting, water fasting, and that has to be more supervised. But I like the raw soup fast. Dr. Robert Young, we followed him for a long time, the alkaline diet, and we did raw soup fast. We put everything in the blender. Everything was avocado based, and it gave your digestive system somewhat of a rest because everything's blended. The blender blades become your teeth, because you can't really chew raw food enough to really digest it so well. But if you blend it, it's fabulous.
Right.
So there's a time and place for everything, for sure. But I think it's, like I said, it's individual. I think always just come back to basics, whole foods, organic, gluten-free, whatever. I do grain-free. I don't even really eat grains, but just, and we have a beautiful regenerative farm right on my road, right here on Lily Lake Road. It's called Endless Roots Farm.
I think I remember you telling.
Oh,
I kind of remember.
I love that place. Fuller Estate, they invested millions of dollars into this farm. Regenerative farming is really the way to go because it's even beyond organic.
What is regenerative farming for people who don't know? I'm not even told.
And I'm not as well versed as I would like to be either, but they take the care of the soil and the roots more, even more than even organic.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you could look into it more, but I taste the difference. I feel the difference. Like when I have their food, I feel so nourished.
Yeah.
Incredibly nourished.
Wow.
But, and I think it's important to have, organic meats and, then now there's grass fed, but now there's grass finished. Now there's the whole grass finished thing that they should grass right until the time that they butcher them,
Oh, grass finished.
Yeah, grass finished.
That one. And
that's new for me too.
You brought up gluten. Now you hear these things too, and that's a whole thing with the health food. There's these trends, and you shouldn't do that. But what about gluten? Because you hear that a lot. Gluten free. Is gluten bad for you? Is it bad for some people?
You know what? I think it's bad for some people. I think the problem with wheat is that it's genetically, like, it only had a certain amount of chromosomes. I think, like in Jesus' time, wheat had 14 chromosomes. Now it has 46. And it's so much harder to digest. It's so much higher than gluten. And gluten is hard to digest. But you know what the big thing is? Glyphosate.
And now
I think the glyphosate is the big problem with that.
That's a heavy metal, right?
That's Roundup. Yeah.
That's Roundup. See, because I remember that again from Inner Harmony. Well, now for people who don't know that, what's that Roundup? That's in
pesticide. Yeah.
Is that a heavy metal, glyphosate? It's a heavy metal, or like what is that?
It's more of a chemical, I think. But it's very bad. It's very bad. And it causes like almost like a washing machine soap suds thing, not literally, in your gut, and it's just, and it accumulates in the body, and you can get tested for it, and there's glyphosate testing to see if you have glyphosate in your system.
And what does that do? That causes all kinds of problems too. Is that like?
Yeah, it's linked to all kinds of things, birth defects and cancer and bad.
Right. Now, what about GMOs? Is that in a similar thing?
That's genetically modified. It's genetically modified.
And you can hear that a lot. Like, there's GMOs. Don't eat that in McDonald's. There's GMO. And why are they bad? I mean, I know kind of, but for people who don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's like you're putting something in your system that's not real. It's modified genetically.
Synthetic,
and even and the wheat, and corn. Corn's not real.
There's so much. You hear corn syrup. One of the first things you read: high fructose corn syrup. Anything that has that as an ingredient, don't eat it. Because even regular corn, unfortunately, like corn on the cob, isn't that even?
Well, sure, if it's GMO, it's genetically modified.
And most of it
is. Yeah.
Right. Wow.
So just try to eat as clean as you can, as much organic as you can. If you can grow a garden, that'd be really good.
Yeah. And don't use Roundup in it, though.
No.
Right.
Organic. That's right. I think, I don't know what my grandmother had a garden, but I bet she must have used something. She must have. I don't think she knew. I don't know. But old Italian, probably Italy. It's organic in Italy. It's
Yeah.
organic. You know what I heard? There was this really nice little restaurant over here at Garrity's, and he's from Italy. She met him. She was over there eating white flour and everything in Italy. It's not like the white flour here.
Right.
He
Right.
actually lost weight in Italy eating white flour. It's a
Wow.
whole different animal
You know why is
in
it
this country.
Because I remember living in the UK, and again, I was into all this stuff and learning about all these other countries, and they're like, wow, in America especially, they're like, there's like 100 ingredients that are banned like everywhere else in the world. But
Yes,
not in America.
yes.
Red dye,
Yes.
it's this, that. Like they're not allowed in the UK
Right.
and Canada, but in the
And
US,
here
Oh.
they allow it.
everything. And then people wonder why they're sick. It's not your fault. And for the people out there who might be like, oh my, like you said, this is all actually good news, because you could, if you are sick, like Donna in the beginning, like you can be your own health investigator and try to get to the root of it. It's very interesting. And that's why, honestly, I got into holistic health because, my father passed away from cancer. My aunt, like there's so many. And I was just like, what causes it? Like what is going on? Not, again, like,
Yeah.
it just to be your own like health investigator and get to the root, because sometimes like you're relying on other people, you don't have the money, and it's very frustrating. For instance, a lot about Dan. I talk about Crohn's and that he has Crohn's, and it's like when I got into trying to help him with it, you're trying to just figure out like what is causing it and being your own investigator, right? Like
That's right. Be curious. That's what I've been saying a lot lately. I've been telling my client, be curious.
yeah,
If you got something wrong, and now you can research, you can do so much research. Be curious. What can I do to help myself?
yeah,
The thing with me is I could never accept, like if somebody would say something, oh, you've got this, I couldn't accept it. I couldn't accept it. Like if doctor tells you, oh, sorry, nothing else we can do for you. That doesn't mean
Right.
there's nothing else you could do. That just means he's come to his limit of what he
Right.
can do. But I wouldn't accept it. I used to think, doctors were God. I was so intimidated. I'm in school. I'm 17. I was like, I remember sitting next to a doctor the one day I was doing notes. I was like scared to sit next to him. Like, what do I say? Maybe my vocabulary is not high enough. I found out very quickly that doctors are not perfect, obviously.
Right, exactly. That's what I would say too. Like when people say there's no hope, or because, for instance, Donna, I said with Dan, and that's why I love him so much. He's like, no, he's like, I'm not giving up, because they said Crohn's, you'll always be different. You'll never be able to heal it. You're like, you have it forever. You live with it. Your life is gonna be different. And he even said, I'm not accepting that, and that's
Never
what I
take
mean.
their
Like,
word for it.
you like,
Never.
because aren't there studies done about that too? Like it's just like when someone is told, okay, they have cancer, there's no hope. Like their brain starts. You know what I mean? There's studies done, right? Like
No, I know. It happened to my mother. They told her, well, you have 6 months to live. She died in 6 months. She bought it. She
Right.
bought into it.
Yeah,
And that's the other part that's very important. Our mind, our thoughts, our emotions, our speech, what we speak and out. We're
Yeah.
speak. I'll show you guys the biocharger downstairs. It's a quantum physics machine I have, and it gives off frequencies. We're living, breathing biochargers. We give off frequencies. So whatever we think, whatever we speaking is even more than thinking.
yes.
Like
That's
it's broadcasting, and then we're
Right.
hearing it as we're speaking it. So we got to speak life.
Yes.
Always speak life.
And say powerful words like I am healthy. If you
Yeah.
tell yourself, like, because our minds are so powerful.
Yeah,
And
they
then,
are.
but God, above all, they say a miracle. God is you know what I mean? It's just,
Mhm.
so your mind is so powerful. And I'm just like you. Like I always think, no, they're not God. Like doctors aren't God. Like there's some great doctors that I think like want to help you. Of course, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I mean, follow the money sometimes too. It's like you have to really, if you want to know, you know what I mean? We know.
Yeah, absolutely. You better believe I do.
You know.
And I'm really, really glad that there are more and more doctors getting into functional medicine. My doctor that I go to is functional medicine.
Yeah.
He's absolutely wonderful.
Oh, that's cool. That's great. Yeah. I love
You can find a doctor that's into that.
yeah.
And you know, Hollis, it's not like I'm totally against medicine. Sometimes you have
Right.
to, but sometimes you need to combine both because there's a
Yeah.
lot of sick people, and sometimes they need to work their way out of that well or that
Right.
hole. You know
Right.
what I mean? And you need someone that is well versed in medications and all the regular medicine, which is called allopathic. But then you also need someone that's well versed in the holistic.
Yeah.
See? And if
Yeah.
you have that, you've got a real nice marriage. And
Yeah.
you always want to try to do the natural as much as you can.
Yeah.
First, if you can,
That's
but
what I
then
think.
there's reality.
Yeah.
You know?
I definitely agree with that because like you say, the whole thing about preventative stuff, it's just you want to nobody wants to go to the hospital or go to the doctor. It's just like, and if you're lucky enough, like you keep trying to prevent yourself from doing that by in the beginning, like trying to, if everyone's healthy right now, that's a wonderful thing if you feel great, but keep it that way. Keep doing because sometimes, like you said, it doesn't show as a symptom for a long time. So it's preventative. That's why I was always into that stuff. It's like, I want to stay feeling good because I always say you're going to pay now or pay later because
Right.
especially with and I've been through this and I know you know it too, like in Inner Harmony Wellness, a lot of times insurance does not cover holistic care, which is BS.
I
Luckily,
know.
I can't believe it, in Cleveland, they have a functional medicine at the Cleveland Clinic that we have an appointment for it that takes insurance. I can't believe it. Yeah.
That's so great.
So maybe like some places are, but it's just BS. It's just that it is not, oh, come on, it's not covered, and
No.
I never would skimp on holistic health because I'm like, you know what? Like I said, you pay now or you pay later, and what is your health worth? Like, I mean,
I know,
that's
it's
probably my
true.
credit card debt still because I'm like, I don't care. I'm going to go do the
I
appointment
know.
because
It's
if you
true.
feel like crap, everything doesn't matter how nice your car is because, like I always said,
Right.
people know more about their car and willing to spend more money on their car, on their freaking vacation without your body. Because you're telling you're not here. I mean, so when it comes to people like, oh my gosh, it's expensive. I'm like, and some of it is, but I'm like, well, what is your health worth? Because like, you're not going to be able to enjoy your car or the vacation if you feel like crap. So
right.
it's, but
There's a place that opened up here. Was I telling you about it yet? I don't think I did.
I don't
It's
know.
called Happy Health and Wellness. Is that a nice name for a business?
It is
Functional
nice.
medicine, paid for by.
Oh.
I go for nutritional IVs every week, paid for by insurance.
Are you serious?
I know. I was astounded by this.
That needs an applause. Donna, wait, hold on.
Oh,
I'm kidding. That's
when,
amazing.
when I went there, I asked her, she's the five. See that? So she's a physician's assistant. She's from our area, moved to Texas, and then she was doing cardiology surgery or something. Got disgusted with regular medical. Met this billionaire, Christian people that invested in her. There's 16 different places all over, and she moved back here because she wanted to bring holistic health back to northeastern Pennsylvania because she knows how desperately we need it here.
Oh, yes.
So when I went there, I said, how are you getting the IVs paid for? I said, what code are you putting that under? She said, it's a chronic fatigue diagnosis code. Oh, I'm like, really?
Oh my
I said,
God.
who doesn't have chronic fatigue?
Oh my God. That's literally in the chat room, Donna. It says, how do you heal chronic fatigue, Crohn's disease, etc.? Also joint pain. What methods would you recommend to help stop the pain? It's a lot. Do you have any advice?
Oh, for Crohn's disease?
Crohn's and chronic fatigue, like you were just saying.
Oh, chronic fatigue.
Or both.
Well,
like what?
Yeah, well, I can start with chronic fatigue. The Crohn's can be a little more complex, but it's a lot of that is autoimmune. But I don't know if you've probably have heard of the Garden of Life man, the Garden of Life owner,
Is that
Jordan
huge
Rubin. He had
shapes?
Crohn's. He had Crohn's.
Okay.
He had Crohn's. He did it with the soil based organisms and a number of different things, but. And then, the other raw food guy, what was his name? He actually came here and he spoke here, and he had Crohn's. It definitely can be done. It's diet change and calming down that autoinflammation. Because that's
Is that what causes it?
that's
Like what is it?
autoimmune. That's autoimmune. Yeah, your body's like attacking itself.
Yeah.
Like it's
Is autoimmune from a virus? Because I was reading this. Did you ever hear of the medical medium? you know who that
I
is?
have. Yeah, he's the celery juice guy.
That's what I had. Yes, and the liver rescue. I was reading it last week. Yes. Now he says that something about it's like the Epstein bar or like some virus is usually what's causing like
Chronic,
autoimmune
chronic
disease.
fatigue.
Yes,
It
that
could
too.
be. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, and there's a way to test. You can test all this, but as far as the chronic fatigue, it's adrenals, and it's also can be Epstein-Barr or cytomegalomy and cause all this, extreme fatigue. So those things need to be addressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was reading one of his books. Like when I moved, I thought I had a couple books, and I'm like, where are they? And I literally only found them a couple weeks ago in a tote in my garage. Finally, where's all these books from the medical medium? I'm like, the celery juice thing, and the liver rescue, and the brain. And I had bought these like a year or two ago, and I couldn't find them. And then I just started reading about, especially because of Crohn's with the autoimmune and all that stuff. And
Yeah.
that Epstein-Barr, like the virus, and he was talking. The liver was so interesting. How he was saying, like again, there's things, the copper and all this mercury in your liver is what's causing a lot of these problems. Your liver rescue, and
That's
just
right.
so
Absolutely.
interesting. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. But yeah, the chronic fatigue, yeah, that's adrenal fatigue. Adrenal fatigue. And you could have the Epstein-Barr, right?
Yeah. And your adrenal glands, like I'm thinking about Inner Harmony Wellness, where I learned all that stuff. Is that the whole thing? Your flight, or fight, and it's
Mhm.
stress.
Yeah.
What are your adrenal glands? For people who don't know, and a reminder for me too. If you don't mind.
Adrenal gland sits on top of the kidneys. And one of the functions it has is to secrete the cortisol. Cortisol is what gives you your energy. You wake up in the morning and your cortisol should be high. But as you go through the day, it should go down, down, down. And by the time you go to sleep, it should be low. But people that have chronic fatigue and adrenal fatigue, there's different stages of adrenal fatigue. Oh, there's a really good book. I have it downstairs. It's called Adrenal Fatigue, and I think it's by Dr. Wilson. It's excellent. And there's a whole questionnaire on there to try to determine if you have adrenal fatigue and what stage it's in. He has a whole program on healing adrenal fatigue. Because I've had that, and I had Epstein-Barr. But then I got the IVs for it. I got the hydrogen peroxide IVs for it. But then I was still fatigued, but it was my adrenals. So then I got on some glandulars to help me with my adrenals, and I still have to take care of it, but there's different supplements for their adrenals, like vitamin C, pantothenic acid is really good for adrenals. There's adaptogenic herbs like ashwagandha and other herbs, and then there's glandulars, which is from animal, right? That you could use to help you. And then it's just a whole lifestyle. It's learning to deal with stress better. Really.
Right. Because you always hear that, right? Stress. I remember that. Stress is not good for cortisol because then you have more and it makes you gain weight. Is that true?
Yeah, and then you gain weight, and then you want sugar, and it affects the insulin. It's insulin resistant. It's all tied in together.
Right. Is it true that
Yeah.
parasites feed off sugar? Is that the whole thing?
Well,
Is that
sure.
true? That's
Parasites, yeast, viruses, bacteria, it all feeds off sugar and carbs. Like basically, if somebody has parasites or any of those things, I put them on all of that. I put them on pretty much a keto diet because they need to starve it. So what you need to do to get rid of those things, you starve it, you kill it, you get it out of the body, preferably with colonics, and then you build yourself up again and build up that good bacteria, in your gut, your microbiome. Build it up, Buttercup.
Right.
I just got this new product now. I'm just trying it now. I think you guys know about kimchi, right? How important that is.
Yeah.
It's stronger than raw sauerkraut. There's no vinegar in it. It's stronger than raw sauerkraut, and it's in the fermentation process. And you could add different vegetables to it, but it's definitely more powerful than raw sauerkraut. But a lot of my clients, they don't want to eat a whole bunch of sauerkraut. A few times a day. Some people don't even like sauerkraut.
I know. Well, I do like it.
I do too. I
love it. Like okay, so here's the thing, Donna. Now, here's the thing. I think people could get confused sometimes too, right? Because every diet book, or I don't say diet book, will say something different. For instance, now I was reading the medical medium guy, and he was then saying that apple cider vinegar and fermented foods aren't that good for you. Like they're not that good for your gut. Like, and I'm just, And then you hear it, because I've always heard the contrary or the opposite, that fermented foods are good. And then you read that and you're like, well, you tell me you don't know what to believe. What do you think? I mean,
No, I know. Well, there's no vinegar in raw sauerkrauts.
but vinegar,
It naturally gets sour through the fermentation process.
like I've always heard apple cider vinegar is good. Now, I'm not saying he's the end all be all. I'm just saying like it's another, and then another
Yeah.
people will say, no, that's not, no, you shouldn't. How about this?
I know.
Eggs.
And then there's the big water controversy too. Like, oh, this water is better than that water, and this one's
my
better
God.
than this water, and
alkaline
it can
water
go on and on.
And here's an interesting thing. Dan used to work for the water place, and he has seen stuff about certain waters. He's like, oh my God, like the filtration levels of like certain ones you shouldn't have. Tip, he says never drink Aquafina. He says Don C, because he saw like the levels, like Pepsi and like certain brands only have to go to level 3. He says that Poland Springs is good. And Deer Park was always like cleaner, but he saw, I won't even say it on air because it's so gross, but he said he saw certain levels of things that were in the water, and he said, you know what I mean, then you're just drink water.
I know.
Right?
It's gotta be good water.
So like,
and we got to get away from those plastic bottles.
That too. Yeah, that one I heard. That, how about the fragrances, like everything in your deodorant and your toothpaste and fluoride? Oh,
you just try to clean it up as much as you can,
yeah.
It's not only what you're putting in your body, it's what's your surroundings.
Yeah.
What you're putting on your body is like putting it in your body. It's like it's like taking it inside and cleaning. Like everything I have here, it's all natural cleaning products.
Yeah.
Everything's natural. The laundry detergent, free and clear, everything. But there's no pesticides or herbicides on this ground, on these grounds, nothing.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's taken me time. It's taken me time to clean it all up.
It's a lifestyle change, right? Because they even say there are a lot. Again, I'm only mentioning the medical medium because I was reading his books the last couple of weeks. But like everything from laundry detergent sheets that are on your thing, and to your clothes, to your a fragrance. I think I said that already. But you're putting on perfume and it's going in your skin. Is right?
Absolutely. And then all this accumulates in your body, and that's the toxic load. And then those things, those chemicals get on your receptor sites of your hormones and your thyroid. So instead of the thyroid hormone getting on there, it's the plastics, it's the everything, it's toxins, and that needs to be cleansed out. And when the liver cleanse really helps with that too, and then cleaning it all up. But it really is everything, little at a time. Don't think you have to change the world in an instant.
Right.
It took me years. Years.
Oh,
I had to get educated, and then cleansing your body. That was a big thing. That was a big thing that I learned in California, the colonics. I'm in my colonic room right now, actually.
Okay. Are we ready for the tour? Show us?
Right to see?
Yes,
okay.
Please.
All right. Well, so here's my colonic room over here. This is where it all started. We remodeled a bedroom up here, and this is my colonic machine. Let's see. Can you see it? Let me see. Oh, here it is. Here's my colonic machine. Plug in the poop aquarium. Da-da-da-da! So that's where, I don't know if you could see it. Can you see it okay? Hollis? Is she still there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you see the machine?
Oh, yeah.
No. To go farther away.
I'm making it full screen. I could see it. Yep. I'm
going to Okay, good. Yeah, so this is the machine. It's all hooked up to plumbing. So all the water comes from the machine, and all the waste goes back into the machine through 2 tubes that are attached to a rectal speculum. And everything's sterile and disposable. So we throw everything away after each person. So, and they lay on this table here. This is a really nice, comfortable massage table. And then they go into the bathroom, they get changed, they're under the covers, they turn to the left side, they insert the speculum, attach the hoses. Everything goes through the tubes. There's no smell, there's no mess. Everything goes through the tubes and down the drain. And so we could see everything. I call it the poop aquarium. Poop aquarium.
So Donna, so for people who may be out there listening for the first time or watching or saying, well, like a colonic, I never had one, because you hear things about that as well. Oh, and I'm sure like regular doctors be like, well, colonics, so you should be careful. Like, why do you recommend people getting colonics for people who don't know? I mean, I know I've had them, I've done them, and people are like, oh my God, the poop. But it's like, is it like they say your car, you clean your pipes of your car? Is the same kind of thing, right? Or
Yeah, it's similar, right. So when I went to the Health Institute, the main reason for doing colonics when you go there is because when you're on a raw food diet, you are going into major detox. And if you just and everything's dumping in your colon, if you just let it sit there, it's going to back up in your bloodstream. You'll feel yucky. It is the most ideal thing to do to combine any kind of cleanse, a parasite cleanse, a juice cleanse, any kind of cleanse. You're trying to lose weight, whatever it is, to combine it with colonics. It is the difference between taking a car somewhere and a plane. That's how much better you're going to get by doing this. It's just life changing. And, and of course, a lot of my clients that come here, they're constipated and they come for that, So by doing a series of colonics, it's exercising the colons. The colon's a muscle, just like any other muscle. It needs to exercise. And so it's getting that colon muscle strong. And I call it this colon aerobics.
Right.
Yeah. Colon aerobics.
Your poop aquarium.
And the poop aquarium.
Are you the only colonic in Northeast Pennsylvania? I think because
there's another Donna. She's in Pittston or someone down there, but she's kind of phasing out a little bit, I guess, from what I understand. But she's still doing it somewhat. And but yeah, there's really not anybody else. I think there was somebody in Tannersville. Then they lost their nurse. They called me. They said, "You think you'd come up to Tannersville and do colonics up here a couple days a week?" But we just no. But anyway, yeah, there aren't many people. I think there's somebody in Allentown.
Yeah.
There's somebody there, but yeah, not as many as there should be. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of people, a lot of different nurses and massage therapists working for me over the years. And right now I have an assistant, Deanna. She's wonderful. She's been with me for 2.5 years. And, I have a lymphatic therapist. So this is our lymphatic machine over here. I have 3 lymphatic machines, and there's wands that emit electrical stimulation that come out of these wands and send thousands of micropulsations into your lymph system to decongest it. And we combine the machine with manual. We go over the whole body, and we remove blockages all along the lymph. The lymph moves one way towards the heart. It moves here. Everything has to come through here. And so like a lot of times we'll do lymph during the colonics because there's gut-associated lymphoid tissue in the colon. So it helps with the lymphatic therapy, helps anything to do with inflammation. Anything with an itis after its name, like the Crohn's would be good with that. Anything with an itis after its name would help. The lymph would help with.
Right. And the lymphatic system is, because you hear things like jump on a trampoline or do this thing. Yeah. Is that for the people who don't know, real quick, lymphatic system is?
The lymphatic system is a backup system for the blood. So there's lymph vessels underneath the skin. Maybe I can put this down. There's lymph vessels underneath the skin all over the body. And then there's concentrated lymph nodes all over the body, as you know.
Yeah.
Right. And there's over 200 lymph nodes in the head and neck alone. So when you're going over somebody with this machine with the wands, it's sending thousands of micropulsations into your lymph system to decongest it, right? It's right underneath the skin. It's just moving it. It's moving it. And when the lymph moves, it drains into the colon and the kidneys. That's the 2 ways that it moves.
Oh, because I've heard of that, the lymphatic drainage. That's what you're saying with the colonic.
Yeah. And then you probably heard a lot of manual lymphatic drainage, but this is with the machine. One treatment with these wands are equivalent to 8 manual lymphatic.
Wow.
8. Yeah, that's how much better this works. And if there's a place that's sticky in the body that you're going over, that means there's some kind of congestion there. If it feels tight or it feels swollen, that's lymph congestion. Yeah, so we start here, come up here, open up the main drains under the arms, here, the groin area, and then we move throughout the whole body. And then there's heads too that work on heavy duty congestion, like the laser, the crystal laser. I have all kinds of gadgets here, Hollis.
Wow. Hey, Donna, I have a question in the chat room here. This is one of our Jim's Tim. He asks, he has some eye issues, and I don't know if you wouldn't he says any cures for glaucoma. Do you know anything about the eyes or what would cause that or any like
Yeah,
ideas?
there's these wonderful, eye nutrients that you could take. Here we have various treatments that we put and machines that we put people on that help with that. Like the biocharger, the beamer would be very good. But yeah, he should really get on some good eye nutrients to help with that for sure.
And James, you're in Pennsylvania, I believe. You're because we went to college together, James and I. So he's in the chat room.
Oh,
Yeah, but
hi, James.
yeah, he says or stem cell deficiency. Is that what I don't know?
Yeah, well, they do stem cell. I know they inject stem cell for those different things.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've had stem cell. I've had stem cell for my knees.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you could really do a lot for yourself by at least getting on some good nutrients for that,
Yeah. Okay. And
So like I said, we have therapies here that would help with that.
yeah. It's so Barry, that is so interesting. Thank you for sharing that with us. Now, you have what are you able to show us anything else? Some other can you show us
Of course.
because you have
This is the holistic Hershey bark.
Yes. So we've seen the pool aquarium now, and we've seen the lymphatic drainage thing. Now, and you said how
We'll
many
go downstairs now. Huh?
how many modalities do you have there in total?
Oh, there's about 16 different modalities.
Wow.
I have something called the AO scan where you it's an app on your phone actually, and it uses magnetic resonance and sonar frequencies to scan the entire body to find out what's going on. And it not only scans you, it also treats you with the frequencies. That's another quantum physics thing.
Yeah.
It's really good. And so I do a lot. I mean, I have a lot of different functional medicine tests that I do too here. So I have some supplements over here, and then I have different functional medicine kits that I have here, and then the oils are over here. Look at this fresh basil that I got from Endless Roots Farm. It's actually growing roots. It's growing roots. I couldn't believe it. Oh, I love it. I'm going to freeze them. This is regenerative farming. What?
I was just looking at basil today. I went to the farmer's market here, and I
So
almost
awesome.
I didn't get it.
Awesome. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give you a little show now.
Yes, please.
This is my biocharger. Can you see the biocharger? Can you see it? I don't know if I'm pointing the right way here. This is my biocharger.
Yeah.
See that? All right. Well, this is my quantum physics machine. And it's a multi-wave oscillator, and it has a lot of quantum physics technology in it. There's quantum physicists such as Rife, Lakovsky. There's I can't remember some of the other ones, but this is the Tesla coil. Can you see okay? Am I doing it right? No, I don't know if I am. Hang on. Let me see where I'm at here. Oh yeah, wait a minute. It's right here. Can you see it, Hollis? Can you see it okay? I don't know if she's still there. You still there? I don't think she's there.
Oh,
there
no,
you are.
there. I just lowered my. I made me small so we could see the full picture.
Yeah, sure. I don't know.
Machine.
Can you see the biocharger?
Yeah, I see it. Yes. Yeah, that's cool.
That's my biocharger. So that's the Tesla coil biophoton light therapy. There's gases in these tubes, similar to the gases that are in the tubes in the lymphatic wands. And has neon, argon, krypton, xenon, helium, and mercury. And our cells are filled with light. But sometimes the light becomes incoherent or dim. And what this does is it lights up our cells again. It has high voltage. It raises your frequencies up to a higher level of health and wellness. And there's glaucoma recipes in here. This is one of the machines I would put Jim on.
Oh,
but
wow.
and then there's PMF in there, and there's Rife technology. You probably heard of Royal Rife. And he was a wonderful quantum physicist, and you can even buy Rife machines. A lot of people that have cancer buy Rife machines because he discovered all the different all the different frequencies of different cancers. And then he found the frequency that would cancel out the cancers.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that. Rife?
Yeah, Royal Rife machine. And so he was curing all kinds of cancers. So of course they put him in prison, but now it's really well known. Yeah. Yeah.
God.
I know. So
Wow.
I'm going to turn this machine on if you'd like.
Oh, yes.
I give you a show. This is like Back to the Future.
Okay,
Should be like R2D2, like in the back of the DeLorean, or something. I want to do the default. There's 1,500 programs in here. Every frequency in the universe is in this. Anthony Robbins has 10 of these. He travels with them, private plane, all his houses. So this arc rod right here gives off a pink plasma discharge, a pink lightning bolt, which gives off negative ions and ozone. You're going to probably not. I'm showing it to you, right? Oh, I think it's. You see it? You see it? Okay.
Yep.
So people do like 1, 2, 3 programs at a time, and it's amazing how they feel. It's amazing what it does for you.
And what did they do? Did they sit there
they just sit here. They sit here, and you cannot see the frequencies that are coming into your body.
Oh.
It's emitted wherever you sit within 3 to 5 feet. The frequencies come out and go into every cell of your body.
Wow.
Every cell of your body.
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh, here it is. You can see it now.
You use it a lot, like every day?
Sure. As much as I can.
I had it. Yeah.
Sometimes it produces miracles. Sometimes getting on at one time will just take the problem will go away.
Wow.
I took it to Everything Natural when I first got it, and I was like getting people better, like left and right all day long at the health fair. I was in the health fair. Yeah, let me if I stand it up over here. Hang on a second. Can you see it? Oh, now you can see it. Okay.
Yeah, we can see it.
Ready for the show?
Yes.
Oh, wow. So I'll just turn it on for a minute,
Oh my gosh. Wow.
There it is.
So right now it's putting out those frequencies?
Oh yeah. I used to have like biocharger parties. So I would have it in the living room and people would sit around and we'd do a few recipes. See the pink plasma discharge? Can you see it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That is amazing. Wow.
Yeah. And then of course I do the light bulb trick. So it'll light up a light bulb. It's not plugged in or anything. See that?
Yeah.
Pretty wild, right?
Wow. It's making that noise?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Space age, right? Space age.
Right. Right. Like you said, from the future. But yeah, I mean, everything is energy and frequencies, and the way, that's a whole other episode. We get into how they.
Yeah, it's a whole other episode. Frequency medicine is the way of the future, and the future is here. I mean, you guys have probably even heard of med beds and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
James has a note real quick he says what was it called? Did you ever hear of this? His condition is called nystagmus ocular albinism. He said his supplements haven't really worked for him, but from corny.
I think I've heard of that. What is it? What is it exactly?
Let us know, James. I know you have. I'm not sure, vision problems and stuff. And he asked if there are any side effects from your machine if you were to do it.
No. If you have a pacemaker, you could still do it, but you have to sit 6 feet away. You have to sit, like my father had a pacemaker. We had him on it, but he had to sit 6 feet away. Otherwise, it's fine. It's fine. And there's a quieter way of doing this. I could take the arc right off the top and put a bolt on there, and then it's more of a humming for people that don't like the sound.
Right.
But there's a nurse practitioner who's on staff at the biocharger, and she makes the recipes. And I could inquire about this condition for him. In fact, they'll invent recipes. If there's not a recipe for that, they'll invent it for him.
And that would be a frequency that would help cancel out whatever's causing the glaucoma.
Right.
What is glaucoma? Is that when your eye gets blurred? Like my mom
high
had
pressure.
that.
Yeah, that's when you have the high pressure in the eye. Yeah.
And what causes that? Do you know? Like, what does that come from? I don't know much about it. I don't know. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, that's a good question. I have
Yeah.
to do some research on that. It seems to happen with older people, but maybe not necessarily.
Yeah. You always hear that when they're, because I remember being younger, the glaucoma test, and like and it was what scared you. It was like that air thing, and you're like, oh.
Oh,
But
I know. I
because
know.
my mom had it, and then she had to get some laser thing, and she's better now. My aunt had it, but
She's
they were
okay,
older.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's also things you could do, natural things.
Yeah.
So that's that machine, 1,500 programs on that
Wow.
one. And so this is my Beamer mat. Have you ever heard of the Beamer mat?
Is that like, because I remember Peter had something like that. Is that the PEMF
The
mat?
PMF, yeah, this is like the best one you could buy. And so it has magnets in here that give off a signal. And what this does, and this is the control box, and then there's different attachments that are even 10 times stronger than the mat. This stuff produces miracles. This is great for the eyes. There's a great eye program on here that helps heal lots of eye conditions.
Really?
Yeah. It's from a country called Liechtenstein. Liechtenstein.
That sounds German. Is that in Germany?
It's near Germany. It's near Germany, Switzerland. It's around there. But you lay on this, and what it does is it increases microcirculation. So I have it on my thing here. I just got this last year, about a year and a half ago, and so you turn it on. 8 minutes on the Beamer mat is equivalent to walking, I think, 21 miles barefoot. So it's real grounding. So what this does is it increases microcirculation. So we have the veins and arteries and all that, but then there's smaller vessels, microvessels, venules, tubules, arterioles, capillaries, but most of our circulation is micro. It's microcirculation. So the function of microcirculation is it takes toxins out of the body and puts nutrition in your cells. And most problems are caused from toxins in the body and nutrition.
Yeah.
And this thing helps you absorb nutrition better.
Wow.
I have all these crazy machines, and then I get my blood work done. It's like, oh my God, what are you doing? My vitamin D levels were like through the roof. The roof. Like I usually have to take 20,000 IUs of vitamin D just for my vitamin D to be 70. And it was like 140. So then I had to stop it for a couple of months. And now I only have to take one to just be normal. My thyroid was really high. Yeah, you gotta if you have machines like this, you just gotta have blood work done and get retested every once in a while.
Wow.
The hyperbaric does it too. Oh my gosh.
Wow. I want to see that one. Now I have
I'm going to show you that next.
Another question in the chat room. This is Jess, and Jess is in Pennsylvania. She's in Frackville. So I don't know, Jess, have you ever heard of the Waverly Wellness House? This is Donna. I don't know if you just got in, but Jess says, and I'm not sure what this is, but I need something for venous insufficiency or Venice. What is that?
Well, the Beamer would be wonderful for that.
What is that? What is Venus? I've never heard of that. What is that?
Yeah, her veins. She's not getting the proper circulation through her bloodstream. It's venous insufficiency.
Oh, okay.
And how is it demonstrated in your life? What are your symptoms, Jess?
Yeah, Jess, if you hear that, what is your symptoms? Maybe you should recommend, because this is good. You're actually close to. I mean,
yeah, she's about an hour, I think, maybe an hour 15 or something. Frackville, off 81.
Yeah, closer
Not
than
too bad.
Yeah, let us know, Jess. Let us know what your
yeah. But this would be perfect for venous insufficiency. This takes care of all kinds of issues, anything to do with circulation.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course the hyperbaric. But yeah, we're gonna go down there now.
Yes, this is the one
down there
to try all of them. But that's the one that I want Dan to do it as well.
This was the den. My first husband, Lou, he made that fireplace. And there's actually cobblestones from Lackawanna Avenue. When they took out the cobblestones, and my father-in-law took them, he gave them to him, But then when Lou did the fireplace, there's cobblestones here on the different areas of the fireplace.
That's beautiful.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, it is.
Cedar walls. But now it's the hyperbaric room and the sauna room.
Oh, yes. Wow. And the sauna too. You have the infrared sauna, right?
Yeah, it's a full spectrum sauna. actually. So it's
Wow.
got far infrared, mid infrared, and near infrared. And you could set it whatever you want, whatever infrareds you want, depending on
Wow.
what you're trying to achieve with the sauna. But this is the chamber. And could you see it? Here it is. Yeah. I think you could see it from there. Yeah. Maybe I could set, you know what? Maybe if I set this is over here, you could see it from far away. I don't know. Maybe that's too far now. Yeah, that's a little too far.
Yep.
It's okay. So this chamber, it's a soft chamber, but when it blows up and it goes up to 4.4 psi, it gets as hard as a rock. And it has, I'm gonna turn it on for you. Hold on. I'm gonna blow it up for you. This is the air pump that blows it up. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna blow it up. So you'll see how big it gets. I can come back to it afterwards after it blows up. It takes about 4 to 5 minutes for it to blow up. And then it takes about 9 minutes for it to go up to the 4.4 psi. And here's the pressure gauge here. And it will slowly, it'll start to get big, and then it'll get to 4.4 psi. And then I have an oxygen concentrator over here. So they breathe in an oxygen through an oxygen mask or an oxygen cannula, and they stay in there it has 3 levels of zippers. And this is the outer zipper. The middle zipper is the one that holds the pressure. And then there's an inner one. And I get myself in and out of this, believe it or not. There's zippers on the inside. There's a release valve on the inside too, that you could let yourself, out. You slowly when you're getting your what
You go in there, like you like unzip it and then go in and zip up.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
My clients go into,
Yeah. That's what I mean. But I was like, you don't lie on top of it. You go in it and you're in there.
You go in. It's like a little submarine.
Ooh. Wow.
And there's portholes here, so you could see out. I mean, I know some people are claustrophobic, but
right.
We could talk a lot of people through it, and we tell them, listen, this gets really big. It's a 2-person one. You're going to be breathing in oxygen. You're getting all this air, but I mean, it produces so many amazing miracles that it's so worth it. Very good traumatic brain injury. It looks like I'm going to be working with a doctor in Philadelphia, a hyperbaric doctor. Oh, look, here's Duke. I think he's going to make a cameo appearance.
Oh, Duke is a cat.
He's crying. Baby, what's wrong? Come here. You're going to see him. Wants something. He brings me a stuffed animal and then he drops it. He's part of the therapy. Baby, what's the matter? Look, he brought his bee.
Oh, there he is. Duke Ellington.
Baby's flirting. Oh, I love you so much. Oh, what's wrong? You still hungry? He wants a salmon treat.
Donna's a cat lover. Donna's a cat lover like me.
Oh yeah. Look at that boyfriend. Are you crying? What are you trying to tell me? You're telling me something, baby? Oh.
Animals are healing. How about, did you ever hear that, Donna? I'm sure like the cats purr can heal you.
That's our commercial break with Dookie.
Donna, you heard that before, that the cat's purring can like heal people too? Like it's like animals are healing. Right?
Oh, they're so healing.
Aw.
Okay, it's blowing up. Here we come. It's starting to get bigger. It's starting to get bigger. So in the meantime, I'll show you. What's wrong? I'm coming. He wants salmon treats, I think. So then we're well, they are part of the therapy here. Tell you. Oh yeah. And
cats are magic. That's all animals are, but cats and dogs, and especially I love cats. I have a cat. I'm a cat person.
Yeah. So here's the sauna. I didn't turn it. I just put the lights on. There's color lights in here. This isn't an infrared sauna. It's far infrared, mid infrared, and near infrared. So it has a little, thin microcarbon heaters. This is a sunlight sauna. I used to sell them, but then they did away with the outside sales. But I've been having saunas since I guess 2001. 2001 I bought my first infrared sauna. And I like to combine it. I like to combine the sauna with either the lymph or the colonics or because it works very, very well synergistically to help people. Like you're going to open everything up here. Like I might do a lymph treatment on somebody, and then we'll put them in the sauna. So the lymph is getting everything to the surface, and then the sauna just purges all those toxins out. So this gets out heavy metals, nicotine, alcohol, drugs, prescription drugs, pesticides. It just comes right out through the skin. It's the least invasive way of getting toxins out of the body, through the skin.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't have to go through it doesn't have to go through any organs of detox, just directly out. This is really good for people who have MTHFR. I don't know if you ever heard of the genetic mutation, MTHFR.
Well, no, what is that? Maybe.
That's where people have somewhat of an inability to break down folate, and it's somewhat of an inability to detox. So for people like them, this is ideal.
Right.
Ideal, because it just comes right out. And I've known people who have gotten rid of their heavy metals in their body just by using the sauna 3 times a week.
Wow.
For 3 months. Yeah. There's been clinical studies with that.
And what is the difference of having an infrared sauna? Now, I've always confused that. Does that have to do with, is that red light therapy? That's different, right? Infrared. What's the infrared?
Infrared is invisible.
So
red light, you can see the red. And now a lot of saunas have red light. You can get red light in it. And the combination of red and infrared is very good.
Yeah.
But no, the difference between this and a regular sauna is big. So they have a hot rock sauna at our gym. Very high temperature. Only heats the skin. It doesn't penetrate deep in the body. Just heats the skin. They've done sweat analysis, and this one, I'm going to give you an idea of what this feels like. You can sit inside a window where it's natural sunlight comes in. It's that beautiful, deep, comforting heat that comes through the window. Yeah. That's infrared. That's far infrared. So the infrared penetrates 2 inches in the body, pulls much more toxins out. The hot rock sauna is much hotter, claustrophobic, and it doesn't get the toxins out like this does. So they've done sweat studies and sweat analysis, and the hot rock sauna has 99% water, 1% toxins. The infrared sauna has 80% water, 20% toxins. That's how much more toxins you're getting released from an infrared sauna.
Wow.
Any questions about that?
I want to go to the sauna. Gosh.
Go to the sauna.
I want to go to the infrared sauna. I got to find some around
here.
I like
probably have them.
Yeah, you know what we have right across the street from us is actually one of those places to get the IVs. We haven't gone.
I bet that place you're going to go to that's accept insurance. I bet you're going to be able to get IVs and get it paid for by insurance.
Oh, that would be so
good. If this place is doing it, I'm sure they can do it.
Oh, that would be so.
I've had clients that have gone to that clinic.
Oh, the Cleveland.
The functional medicine part of it.
Really?
Oh, look, here it is. It's all blown up. Can you see the sauna or the hyperbaric? It's all blown up.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Yeah, that's how big it gets.
So that's the magic, the miracle maker over there. That helps.
Oh, it's the miracle. It's given me a facelift and everything.
Wow.
It increased the stem cell production by 700%. Highly, highly anti-inflammatory. Really increases testosterone. Like I was on the bioidenticals, and then she checked me. She goes, "What are you doing?" She goes, "Your testosterone is through the roof. Your estrogen is through the roof." And it was good estrogen, but it's nevertheless. I'm like, what am I doing? What am I doing? I said, the only thing I'm doing is the chamber,
Yeah. And how often do you do it, Donna?
So when you have an acute issue, it doesn't take many. It maybe takes 3 to 5, if that. Like I've gotten people in here with post-COVID, like long haul COVID. It's very, very good for long haul COVID. And, I've had clients that still can't, smell, have the sense of smell, has the fatigue, the brain fog. This just like clears your head. And it doesn't take many. Like if it just happened, maybe 3 to 5.
And how long do they stay in there for? It's like an hour?
Hour and a half, but you can get benefit up to 2 hours. Like I said, I'm going to start working with this this hyperbaric doctor, he's got places in Philly and he wants to expand and he wants to know if I want to expand with him. And yes, I do. I wanted to do this. I
Yeah.
want more and more people to do. I had this client, right? And they have this in the cancer clinics in Mexico and all this. They'll like reverse breast cancer with high dose vitamin C and hyperbaric. And so, I mean, I don't claim cures or anything like
Right.
that.
Yeah,
It's
no, I
just,
understand.
I know they use it, but
Mhm.
I had a client of mine and I've known her a long time. She was a yoga teacher and she had this female cancer and it was like lingering and then it would go away and then it would come back. And then, there was this wound and it just wouldn't heal. It was from the cancer. And pretty soon, like she was deteriorating, like she was getting gray and she lost a lot of weight and she couldn't, the whole thing. I was like, oh my gosh, if something doesn't happen, she's going to die. She'd be coming in a walker. She'd get some lymph treatments, but she needed more than that, and I said, you need to get in a hyperbaric chamber. And she looked into it, right? I said, you know what? You've got the wound that's not healing. And that's one of the, what do you call it? That's one of the traditional uses for hyperbaric. Well, insurance will pay for it. It's wound care, burns, and carbon monoxide poisoning. That's what insurance pays for with hyperbaric. But it's so well known in clinical studies all the time about all the other things that it does, like my father reversing a stroke, for instance.
Yeah.
So she looked into it. The regional hospital had one in the basement. It was collecting dust. It was a miracle worker collecting dust in the
Right.
basement. She got approval for the insurance company. She had 60 hyperbaric treatments, totally got over the cancer, Hollis.
Wow.
Totally got over the cancer. That's what I'm talking about.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's crazy, Donna. And why do you I think we both know you have to go into it really deep, but when this is known, I mean, maybe not enough. And that's why it's so great that thank you so
Yeah.
much again for all your knowledge and coming in and helping and
No,
letting
you're
people
welcome.
know all this. But why do you think it's not more I mean, maybe it is, maybe I don't know how many people in here have heard about this. I only heard about it from you, actually. I think I did. And then I've heard about it here and there. But why?
Hyperbaric, you mean?
Yeah. Why do you think it's not as well known when it literally is a miracle worker?
I don't understand it. This book, let me show you this book. You should maybe get this book. Dr. Paul Harch, he's the foremost expert in hyperbaric. This is one of his books. He's done lots of clinical studies. You should see the people getting better in here. Impossible things. This would actually be very good for Crohn's. The hyperbaric. It heals colon, gut tissue.
Oh,
But
yeah.
the person with Crohn's, he would need a lot of them. He'd need the 40. You got to do 4 times a week. I tell my clients, come for 10. See if you could come for 10, close together. Yeah, so usually everybody feels better the first treatment they get, right? And then it has to build up in their system. So they may not feel anything for a few times. So there's different levels where it will help. So the first one, then 10 is another number. 10 is another magic number. If you feel something on the 10th treatment and you're getting something from it, you're going to get better. You're going to get the benefit. And then it has to go to the next level, 20. Then it has to go to the next level, 40. And, of course, a lot of these hyperbaric places charge a lot. They charge a lot. I tell my clients, you could get one just like this. You can buy one like this. They run about $8,000-$9,000. This is the 2-person one, about $8,000-$9,000. And then the oxygen concentrator is like $1,500. Because if you're going to get benefit from it, I had a client of mine. She had brought her autistic son in here. He really felt the difference. He became more social, more talkative. He really was getting results. He came for the 10. She did 2 1-hour treatments every day for that 5 days. So she ended up renting one. I have to check on her and see how he's doing, but he really got results. But it's really known very well for autism.
Wow.
Anything for the brain.
Right.
Anything for the brain. But anyway, that's what I tell my clients. I said, just rent one. If you think you're going to get better, you have a serious condition, they would pay. I think everybody should have this.
Yeah.
Do you know there was the Spanish flu? When did Spanish flu happen? Was it 1918 maybe? And you think a lot of people died from COVID? Spanish flu, hours. They would be dead in hours. And there was doctors, they were using, the hyperbaric's been around since 1600s. But there was a doctor who had the hyperbaric, and the other doctor called and says, my patient's gonna die. Can she come over? He put her in the hyperbaric chamber. She came out revived. She lived. She was gray when she went in. She was pink when she came out. They were getting people better with it. A lot of people that had COVID were getting better with this. I couldn't do it. I couldn't bring myself to get people that had COVID and getting in my chamber. And I got this right before COVID too. But Hollis, I had this one friend, and he got COVID, and he wouldn't go in the hospital. They would kill him in there.
Right.
He was gray. He was having chest pain all day long. I was like, oh my gosh. I felt the rhema word from God to bring him over here. So my one nurse went, got him out of the bed. They drove separately, came in here, and we did the N95s, whatever that's worth, right? And we got him in. He was gray, coughing his head off. I just knew I was going to be okay. And then it was, I can get him in. I felt it. I felt confident. I had no fear. And we got him in. He was in there for the 2 hours. He got out pink, the coughing, fabulous. We ended up getting in like maybe 2 or 3 times. I got him on the biocharger. There's a recipe on the biocharger for COVID. And so we did it. He totally recovers. That's how valuable this is. Because it gets the pathogen right out of the cell,
Right.
Gets it out. Gets it right out. So yes, so see now you hear the hissing sounds. That's so once it reaches, it's hard as a rock right now. It's hard as a rock. So once it reaches the 4.4 psi, it's factory reset at that. So then it'll release the air to maintain the 4.4 psi. I got to start getting in again because I got to get younger.
It helps with all you. You look so beautiful. Like you look so good, Donna. You're always.
Thank you.
And
I'm just, you get
people are they're anti-aging and all that stuff too. Because it's anti-aging. I've read, that it's just when you get older, like you don't produce as much collagen and retinol and all that stuff. And does that help with
it's
that?
Mitochondria. Oh, this stimulates collagen production, increases skin elasticity. I have my before and after picture. I'll show it to you.
Yeah.
And I didn't know I was going to do that. I was getting in because I got stem cells in my knee. So I wanted to get in the chamber to stimulate the stem cell production. And then I could be getting out and I look in the mirror. I'm like, I look different. And then I just kept taking them pictures. And the next thing you know, I was like, wow, I'm like 15 years younger now.
Wow.
It's rid of crow's feet. And then that with the red light. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it makes it
like
with that.
aging, baby. It's all. Did you hear that one? There was a Stanford physicist, and I was a podcast. My bookkeeper actually sent it to me. Everything's mitochondria. People get sick, and they're getting older. They get all this dreaded disease, other than the things that we're already talking about. And they're doing these mitochondrial implants, and the disease goes away.
Wow. And the mitochondria is, again, what we said, in the cell. That's the thing that causes the energy.
It's in the cell. Yeah.
And that's good for, obviously, the hyperbaric is good for all your cells. It's giving the
oxygen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's mitochondria too. Yeah, absolutely.
And does that help with like pain? Like if people have like joint?
Very much so. Very much so. Yeah. Excellent for pain. Anything with the brain, traumatic brain injury, PTSD.
Right,
I have one of my clients is a colonel in the Army. She's out west, and they were using it on the military that have the PTSD, traumatic brain injury. Dookie, look at him. How can you not help but love him?
Oh, he's so cute. Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, I know.
I can't help myself.
The kitties, please.
Any questions about that?
Was that?
Any questions about that? About the hyperbaric or anything?
Oh, I'm sure a lot. I never answered. I had this comment here, but I never read it. But it was just from Jess about her, because we asked about her symptom, and she said, I had a huge vein blowout, was in wound care for a year with weekly appointments. What causes that? What is that exactly? Sorry, Jess.
She was mentioning the venous insufficiency. Was that what it was from, Jess?
Let us know, Jess, if you're still there. She said, I know it I've seen patients using it during my years in wound care. It was mostly used for severe bone infections. I don't know if maybe she did.
Oh, for the hyperbaric. The hyperbaric, I bet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the
It says yes.
traditional uses for hyperbaric is wound care. That wounds that won't heal.
Oh, wow.
And that's why they were allowing my friend to go in that had the cancer,
Right.
because she had the wound that wasn't healing, and it ended up healing her cancer and her wound.
Do you think the hyperbaric would help with Jim's eyes? Could that help with glaucoma, you think? Or no?
I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure the hyperbaric is for that.
Right, right.
It's certain eye conditions it does help, but certain ones it does not.
Right,
So
right.
I'd have to verify that.
Yeah.
Let them know. We could just, Google it or whatever. But that's this. I don't
Yeah.
know if you can see it. This is my before and after picture here. Can you see that? Do I have it
I
angled the
don't
right
see
way?
you.
Yeah, I probably don't have it angled the right way.
I see the pamphlet, but where are you? Point to it with your finger. Oh.
This is my before picture.
Oh, wow. Wait, I'm gonna
That's after 20 treatments in the hyperbaric. That's after 35 treatments in the hyperbaric. Can you see it? Maybe I don't have it angled properly. Yeah, I probably don't have it angled properly. It's on my website.
I can see
I
it.
think I have it. Yeah, that was what happened that I didn't
Wow.
expect to happen.
Oh my gosh. What I
This
mean,
is
like I said, you always look beautiful, but yeah, no, but
the beauty of hyperbaric oxygen therapy.
Ah,
That's the beautiful. I have a brochure for the beauty of hyperbaric, and then there's the regular hyperbaric brochure.
wow.
There's so much to be done. So much can be
Yeah.
done.
Oh
Yeah,
my
and so
gosh.
the doctor tells you, no, there's nothing we could do. Don't believe him.
Right,
Her.
right, right. There's always something, and like you said, and
Yeah.
even like you even said the pricing and stuff. Like people think, oh my, but people spend that on a car. I mean, if you have if you're not an artist musician scraping by, but no, if you have like
Yeah, I know.
you gotta. Like, because that could save your life. Like, if you could finance it, like you said, I wish everyone could have.
Yeah, if you
something
could
like that,
finance it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think hyperbaric's a must.
Wow.
I
And that's
do.
crazy because,
I
like,
do.
this sounds dumb, but does most pain people have, like, we were talking about your knee the other day, does most pain come from your brain? Because your brain with the nerve endings, your brain is sending signals, or does it come from your back? Is it all coming from the brain? Like the nerve endings and stuff? I don't really
Yeah,
know.
well, okay, so there's spinal nerves there's nerves that come from the spine, and the nerves go out and go and feed the organs and go to different like parts of the body, like your arms, your leg, your organs, your arms and your legs. Yes. And then of course there's neuroplasticity. So that's the connection between the brain and that nerve, that muscle. And it's important to create new neuroplasticity, the connection between the nerve and the muscle.
Mm.
See, it's the nerve that innervates the muscle. So if your nerve is dead or it's being compressed, that's why the foot drop, right? Because the nerve is compressing. And so then the nerve cannot activate that muscle to move. See?
Right.
Yeah.
And what about like I know Dan suffers from this too sometimes, like rheumatoid arthritis or like joint pain. Is that caused from inflammation
That's another autoimmune condition.
Yeah.
And it can be caused from viruses. And a thing that really would be something to investigate would be Lyme disease. People that have rheumatoid arthritis, a lot of times it's Lyme. Sorry, but it is.
Yeah.
And the problem with Lyme is that it doesn't always show up in a regular Lyme test. So then there's more extensive Lyme tests now, but a lot of the regular doctors, they don't even believe in Lyme, or they don't believe in the co-infections. They may test for the Lyme, but then sometimes the Lyme does not come by itself. But no, I think if somebody is diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, they should really, really investigate the Lyme.
And is Lyme only
very well with that?
Does Lyme does that only come from a tick, or is that ticks carry
No,
Lyme
not
disease, right?
necessarily. It
Right.
can come from mosquitoes and all kinds of things. Yeah.
Oh.
I think I got mine from a spider bite. I was staying at a cabin And I woke up with this big bite on my hand. And it had Lyme. It did have Lyme. It had Lyme.
Wow.
That before picture you saw there, that was when I was just getting over Lyme disease. And the hyperbaric helps me get over the Lyme.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Like, thank you so much for sharing that. I'm just like, I'm not usually
welcome.
speechless. I'm not usually speechless on Holistic. I'm like, oh, wow. I love all this
She's
stuff, though, you know?
speechless.
Yes.
But
Because I
it's nice. We all learn from each other, you know?
yeah.
We really
And
do. I've learned from my clients. My clients learned from me. I've had so many mentors over the years
yeah.
that have taught me so much. You know, believe it or not, I've gone to many colonic conventions. Yes, there's colonic conventions. We talk more than just poop.
Yes, totally. Oh,
They talk more than just poop.
that's so funny. Yeah, but like I said, and I love you for like, you're a healer and you help people because like I said, there's nothing worse. Again, another show, but I get so angry because I'm like, I try to get angry, but but it's like, there's people hurting and there's people dying and there's people, and some of it is just, it's so frustrating because like, it's like being kept from you. Like, it's just, and then that's why people like you are so important, and people thank you again for coming on and like
Oh,
answering
you're
the question,
welcome. This is so easy.
letting people
So
know
nice.
because like you're giving people back. And again, it is like you said, it's a long process. Don't, if everyone in the chat room, like you said, just little by little changes. Oh, if you always get this thing next time when your toothpaste or whatever, your detergent's done and you see all natural. And
Yes. Like slowly replace the other things.
Yeah.
You
'Cause
know,
you don't go
just slowly
crazy.
at your own pace, slowly replace everything. And you don't have to do all these expensive treatments or whatever, but just
Right.
start. I mean, just doing like skin brushing like
Yeah.
it costs not hardly anything, like $6 for a skin brush. Skin
Yeah.
brush is fabulous detox
I
tool.
heard about that. Yeah, I used to do that too. Yeah, like I was
Dry.
gonna
You have
say,
to do it dry.
dry.
And
Yeah.
that gets the lymph moving, that gets all the dried skin cells off the skin, so everything's flowing more. When people get in the sauna, I have them brush their skin before they get in. They get their own skin brush. They brush before they come, and they sweat a lot faster.
Yeah.
But that gets the lymph moving. You're brushing one way towards that. You can't believe when you first start doing it, all these dead skin cells come off, and it's rejuvenating. It's
Yeah.
really, if you do it consistently, it really helps with cellulite.
Yeah.
Skin brushing.
I used to get I love them, Donna. They don't have one here. Maybe they have one in Cleveland. I used to in LA. You've probably been to one maybe, but I used to go to the Korean bathhouse and I would like sweat, and then they would do like the body scrub, and I'm like, oh my, you can see it all coming. And I'm like,
never done it. I've heard about it. I've wanted to do that. Oh my, is it good?
I love it. Oh my God. But you got to get like the authentic, like, might go to a spa, it's all fancy and really expensive, and they'll do like a scrub. No, the Korean bathhouse was the one. Like it was not like fancy. It was just like, you're naked, lay down, they're just scrubbing, and you just see it like coming off you, like your skin, because you're in the sauna first. And like, I'll be going to the sauna, the steam, and then I get my body scrub. And they're just like, boom, boom. And at the end, I'm so smooth. I love it. I wish they had one here. I don't know if they had.
Oh, that sounds really good.
Authentic one.
I don't think they have anything around here like that.
No, I don't know. Down in Pennsylvania, they were hard to find. Like I said, I used to go to this place in New York City called the Turkish Bathhouse. Oh my gosh, that was so good too. Like again, like when I say there's spas where like in spas are super, expensive. You get the robe and the tea. It's not like that. It's just like these are authentic. Like you just sweat. They're just like hitting you with like the plots of things, and you're pouring sweat and scrubbing.
Oh,
so good.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds great.
I know. I love it.
Yeah,
but
we all need a good sweat every day. That's how we get rid of the toxins,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I have a sauna at the gym, and it was last year when I lived in Maine when they didn't really have anything. Dan had gotten me, it was like one of those inflatable, not inflatable, like a cloth, like a steam room. Like you kind of put it together and you put the cloth and the thing.
Yeah, the sauna. That's infrared. It's probably infrared, right?
I don't know if it was no, I don't think it was infrared. They might have that.
It's steam.
Yeah, and it was a zip up thing. We have it in the garage because I don't have anywhere for it here. But like you put the sticks together and you put the thing, and then. But I was sitting there steam and heat, and I would sweat, and that was pretty cool. So there are things for people who can't maybe have access to these places or could get that, there are some things you could try and do at home and stuff like that, or go to a
Absolutely.
gym.
There's so much that you could do at home that doesn't have to cost a lot.
Yeah. I was going to say, on that subject, like say you were to give someone, just ask like, what are the top maybe 3 things or 4 or 5, whatever you think, like 3 things you recommend. And I think prayer is a big one. And I'm sure that's up there because of mental, but like 3 or 4 things. If someone's like, where do I even start? I want to change my life. Like what's maybe 2 or 3 habits that you would say like helped you or whatever you suggest?
That helped me. Well, I mean, of course, the diet change helped me.
Yeah.
That was the big thing that helped me. I mean, exercise, breathing. It doesn't cost anything to breathe.
Yeah.
You know,
breath,
like deep breathing, meditation, prayer. I feel like God has led me into all these things that I'm doing. I used to wake up in the morning and say, oh my gosh, Lord, I hated nursing so much. I said, can you please give me something that I could hardly wait to get up in the morning and go to work? And he did. But God leads the way. He'll lead the way. He'll show you.
Yeah.
Show you.
I
Really.
believe
So, yeah. So God, the prayer, the breathing. I mean, it is clinically proven by doing the deep, regular breathing, it can actually change the course of disease. Getting fresh air, going outside, getting the sun. I do it healthfully. I do it before 10:30 in the morning or after 4 o'clock. If you do like, I think 20 minutes on one side, it's like 20,000 IUs or something like, don't quote me, but 20,000 IUs of vitamin D that you get from just the one side, you flip over to the other side. I mean, it's so important. Exercise, take a nice brisk walk.
Yeah.
Clean water, whatever water you decide is
Right.
as a water purifier or whatever,
Right.
Those are the simple things that you could do. Start changing your diet.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish I had the colonics back then when I got off sugar, because it was tough. I went through like the withdrawal. I was going to a 12-step program. I got a sponsor and everything. And I would call her. Oh yeah, I would call her every day and say, okay, this is what I'm going to have. And this is what I'm going to eat today for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I would commit that to her. And when I did that, it was like a release. And then I was free of it. And I'm like, okay, I don't have to worry about what I'm going to eat today. I already told her I was going to eat today. I'm planning that. But I did. I went through like 3 weeks. I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to eat. But I found that a lot of it was emotional, Hollis.
Yeah.
I would say 70% was biochemical, because sugar is an addictive substance. It would make me want more.
Right.
So once I got that out of my system, and if I had the colonics back then, I would just clean it right out and I wouldn't get the detox or the craving so much. And 70% was that, and 30% was emotional. I couldn't speak. I couldn't be assertive. Somebody would say something or do something, I would just stuff it down with food. Seriously, I would.
It's an emotional thing, like a crutch or something.
Oh, yeah. I was stuffing my feelings with food.
Yeah.
Because I felt like back then, I felt like the only emotion that was acceptable was, happiness and everything's okay. No, I'm not supposed to be angry. If I'm angry, somebody might reject me.
Right. Yeah. It's the shadow where all that stuff, that's a whole other half of it, because yes, the body's important, but I as much as even the body, all this stuff is so important. I think the mind is our biggest, like freaking, because we're our own worst enemy, it's like, our minds are split and disease, like, when I say disease, like not physically, but like, because we're our own worst enemy, our ego, our this, and so there's so much there as well. Do you eat any sugar at all? How about because you hear honey is good. Do you have honey or anything like that? No sugar at all.
No. Okay. No high glycemic sugars. No honey, maple syrup, brown sugar. What else is there? The high glycemic ones. I love monk fruit. I love coconut sugar, xylitol, some stevia. But I'm Italian. And my grandmother, when I did all this, and I said, you're not going to eat my meal?
Right.
And so what I did was all my grandmother's recipes, my mother's recipes, I turned it around. I replaced.
Right.
I don't want my clients to feel deprived. Never. I want them to take out of their diet what's not good for them and replace it with something that's good for them that tastes good. That's
Right,
key.
right.
That's
used to,
key.
and I
If
love
it
that.
doesn't taste good, you're not going to keep up with it. Let's
Exactly. And
face
Donna,
it.
being from NEPA, like I grew like before I went to California and everything, like I grew up on chicken wings and cheese. Like we didn't have even, not like all the time. Like my mom cooked like good stuff. She made us eat vegetables
Yeah,
and all that. But I'm just saying,
yeah,
like the diet there. And so like I would
I
always love
know.
chicken wings, but when I came back, I was like all into healthy recipe. I was like, oh, I'll do like a cauliflower buffalo wrap. Like I would replace it and do because I love blue cheese or do like a lighter and or desserts too. Like I would do the vegan raw desserts because I like sugar too, of
Oh,
course,
that's so
right?
good. Yeah.
But so yeah, I love all that stuff. I love cooking because it's like I just feel I'm not a really great cook, so but I love making salads and like vegan little recipes and stuff. And I just always felt good doing it. I just love doing that
Oh,
stuff.
you feel so happy and so good.
I
It,
do.
it, it just makes me feel good to eat good and taste and have it taste good.
Yeah, yeah,
That's so. Oh, I make all these desserts. People don't even know that it's not regular desserts,
right. How
and
do
it's
you
not going to
feel?
make your blood sugar go crazy,
Right. How do you
and it's
feel
not going to
about
make you crave more.
right? Yeah, right. Because when you get the foods that like fulfill you, you don't crave all these. Okay, wait. How do you
Mm.
feel about dairy?
I personally do not do dairy,
Right.
but
Because I heard that is
you know,
for inflammation. You hear about that. Is
I
that
know, I know. Well, I think it's made for baby calves,
it's yeah. It's made from
but
that cheese.
it's made for baby calves. And
Cheese is?
after they grow up, they don't drink milk. Baby calves, and they grow up to be cows, they
Right.
don't drink milk.
Right.
Just what I personally feel, but
Hmm.
some
Everybody
people do well with it. I think raw dairy is better than the cooked because when you're doing raw, you're not it has its enzymes to help you digest the raw, and it has its lecithin to help you digest the cholesterol. So, I think the raw I used to like follow Weston Price. Weston Price?
no.
Weston Price Foundation.
Oh, okay. No.
Well, they're into like the raw dairy and raw cheeses and all that stuff.
Do you make like cashew cheese and stuff like that?
Oh, I always used to make all
Yeah.
that stuff. Yeah.
I have a wait, how about eggs? Do you eat eggs?
I
No.
do sometimes. Yeah.
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 Do you? Do you eat eggs?
I sometimes like I'm not huge like but that was again the medical medium guy, not to keep bringing him up, but I'm just saying like because he was saying all this stuff where I'm like he says eggs are not good for your liver. I don't know, but
Mm,
I don't eat them that
I
often.
don't know. I take what he wants, what he says, and leave
Right,
the rest. I don't.
right. I'm not saying he's an all be
Yeah.
all. All I'm saying is like
Yeah.
you
But he
gotta
has
do
some
yeah,
good things for sure.
right.
I think
So
the apple cider vinegar thing, like, okay, so if you're low in acid, apple cider vinegar would help you. If you put some, make yourself a nice apple cider vinegar drink, and sip that with your meals. So but a lot of people are low in acid, like they put them on all these acid blockers,
I
but
don't get that.
they might be low in acid. And how are they going to digest their food if you're blocking the acid? It's going to help them
Oh,
digest their food.
oh, low on acid because you always hear about you don't want your body acidic, right? Is that like when the alkaline
Well,
acidic? Or-
there's different acid alkaline levels in different parts of the body. All right. So the stomach should be highly acid. Your blood should always be slightly alkaline. Always. If it's not, you're going to be dead. It should be 7.365. And the body will do anything and everything it takes to maintain that. If they have to take it from the alkaline from your blood, from your bones, from your hormones, it will input it into your bloodstream so it maintains the 7.365. That's the blood. But like
oh,
I said, your stomach should be acid. If you don't have enough acid in your stomach, how are you going to digest? B12, a lot of B12 is digested in the stomach,
wow,
and
that
other,
makes
and other nutrients. So you got to have enough acid.
and back to
But
the
some people have
beginning.
too much acid, some people don't have enough. And you could test.
Mm.
I mean, I think there's lab tests if you really want to get accurate about it.
Because
But,
right
but
back to the beginning when we first started talking about absorbing, is that like when people can absorb their nutrients, and is it because they don't have enough acid in their stomach? That's what
partly,
you're
yeah. Yeah, because that's the nutrients that are absorbed in the stomach. You need the acid.
yeah. And
And
how
like
do
I
you use
said,
that
it's
acid?
the acid that kills a worm that you might be swallowing.
And how do people like not have enough or lose it? Like, can you lose acid or like because how do you get more of it?
Well, you could do the apple cider vinegar drink. That's one thing you could do to get more acid. Yes, you can. Yes.
Oh, and kombucha.
Or the
Like,
kombucha.
the
Kombucha, you got to be
fermented.
careful because kombucha, if you have yeast problem, you got to wait before you do kombucha. Kimchi's safer, much safer. So
Ah,
kimchi is not going to stimulate more yeast in your body, but kombucha can. So you just got to be careful. I remember I came back with those mushrooms on the plane. I came back with those mothers. I can't.
oh, wait. What is the mother? What is
Yeah,
it?
you know the things that to grow the kombucha.
Oh, the SCOBY or something.
It's scobies, the scobies.
Ew,
Oh,
like
my friend
really?
Marna from Marina Del Rey, the one that taught me colonics, she gave me some. I took them with me on the plane when I moved here.
Are they people were probably like, what is
Doing
that?
the kombucha. That's
Where
how
did
you
you
make
get them?
kombucha with those little scobies.
I know, I remember that people were like, I'm growing like kombucha in my closet. I'm like, ew. Like, what? How did you get them back in your suitcase?
I don't know what I did. I don't know how I did that. I think maybe the Ziploc. I don't know. I probably put it in a
People were probably
like a refrigerated thing in my suitcase. Yeah, I was growing them. I had them there.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I was doing it. Yepper.
Yeah. Interesting. I've never done that. I've always said I was going to try to do that. Dan and I were like, we're going to make our
Oh
own.
my God, it's the weirdest thing. You see that SCOBY in there?
Yeah, because it's alive, like you said, right? It's a living thing.
It's a living thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh wait, wow.
But anyway, you just got to be careful with that. But so what I do with my clients, I said, okay, when you get up in the morning, like I do whole big digestive consults and everything, and I go over everything with everyone, and I just help them fill in what they're missing from their digestive health lifestyle, let's say. And I look at their lifestyle, I look at everything in their questionnaire, I talk to them, and I just say, okay, I think it would be good if you do this, maybe start doing something like that, fill in this, maybe you need some digestive enzymes. So what you could do when you get up in the morning, before you eat or drink anything, I get a little glass of water, doesn't have to be a big glass, maybe 4 ounces even, and put like a quarter teaspoon of baking soda in that glass, stir it up, drink it down, and then set your timer for 5 minutes. If you do not burp within 5 minutes, you don't have enough acid in your stomach. So think of it. If there's something acid, like, yeah, so let's say you put you have a glass of vinegar or in a water, whatever, and then you put baking soda on top of that. It should combust, right? It should bubble up.
Yeah.
So if you have enough acid in your stomach and you're putting something alkaline in there like baking soda, it should combust and then you burp. You should burp within 5 minutes because
Okay,
it's
so if you
mixing. The
don't,
acid is mixing with the alkaline. If you don't, that means you don't have enough acid.
you don't have enough stomach acid. That's not helping you not being able to
Yeah.
digest
You
things
could take an enzyme that helps that has, apple cider vinegar in it or whatever, and helps with that. Yes. But if
Interesting.
you burp right away, maybe
And
you have too much acid. You see?
if you do it right away, what's the perfect
I mean,
time? 3 minutes in.
within 5 minutes you should burp, but if like as soon as you drink it, like you're like, you might have too much acid then.
Wow.
But as people keep in mind,
Though.
as people get older, they start losing their acid. Your acid goes down. And you ever see a lot of older people are low in B12? Well, B12 is produced in the stomach. It's digested in the stomach. So if they don't have enough acid, then they're not getting their B12.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
See?
Yeah. This is interesting. Very interesting because like it's a biggest shame like when people, I have to have this supplement and this supplement and this supplement, and they might not even be able absorbing or digesting it. So I think that to know that, number one, before you waste all your money on that, make sure you get
Yeah.
know that it could do Because you said if not, if they can't digest, there's something you can take to help you digest better?
Yes, there's enzymes that you could take.
Enzymes.
And
Okay.
even the raw foods, like having more raw foods helps give you more enzymes also, you know?
Right.
And then and the most important thing is you want to chew your food well.
Mm,
Chewing digestion begins in the mouth, especially amylase. Amylase, which digests, sugars and stuff. You chew a lot. I mean,
oh,
ideally, this is
I've
way
heard that.
chew your juice and drink your food.
Right. Yeah. I've
Mhm.
heard that.
And drink your
Live in the
food.
moment. Don't just like, you know,
So even your
live in the
juice,
moment flow.
swish it around in your mouth so it's mixing with your saliva to help
Ah,
you
yeah.
digest that juice. Chew your food. I mean, I know this isn't really always realistic,
Right,
but
right.
chew your food so much that it turns liquid before you swallow it.
Right.
Be there all day.
Right. Well, we'll try little steps, little
Yeah,
steps.
just
We'll
try.
try.
Like at least try 25 times or
Yeah.
something.
And it's good because you don't want to choke. People are in a rush. And then my dad
I
always
have to chew a lot.
was that?
Huh? I have to chew a lot before I swallow.
Yeah. Well,
I'm
that's
usually
good
the
then.
last
Yeah.
person to finish eating because of that.
That's good. My sister is a really slow eater. My dad was a very slow eater, and he would always be like, chew your food. So he knew. Aw. Well,
Are there
gosh,
people still with us? I'm not able to see any of the comments here. Are they still with us?
Jim Sim had to run. Jess was talking about, there's a couple. If there's any more questions, it kind of died down. I think they're listening though, but I don't think anything new in there. But I'm sure the thing is that I'm going to replay this episode too. I mean, they won't have you live here to ask, but
Oh yeah.
but I'm sure I'll get some more questions. And if people want to reach, obviously, if people wanted to reach out to you, it's on your website there, waverlywellness.com.
Yeah, waverlywellness.com. My number's on there too.
Oh, and they could contact you if they had a question or like email
Absolutely,
you
of
or
course.
call or whatever. Yes.
Always. I'm here. I'm
Aw.
here for people. I'm here.
Well, Donna,
I
look,
love it.
I told you,
Look at all that we're
girl,
talking.
I told you, girl, we could talk
Wow.
forever. It's 9:37 already.
I know. It's amazing.
Everything just goes like boom because time flies when you're having
Woo.
fun. We've talked, like I said, nothing to be nervous about, right? You'll have to,
Nothing at all.
hopefully you
You're
could.
right.
Come
You're
back.
absolutely right.
Right? We're just having a conversation. And like I said, there's a lot of people watching. Sometimes people don't always chat, but there's people watching this. I see a lot of eyeballs watching it, and we are.
There are a lot of eyeballs on.
Yep,
Are
there's
there?
people watching it. We're on Rumble.
cool.
We're on Twitter. Sometimes we get featured on Rumble. So like more people will see it and discover it and everything. But
Yeah, so nice. So wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
thank you so much. I love you and for everything
Love
you do
you.
and
Love
for
you.
spreading the word about that and helping people because we need people like you in the world. I appreciate it.
It's
You're like-
important. Well, I found it and I had to share.
yeah,
I
exactly.
have to tell people about this.
Yeah, right.
That's
Can't
how I
just keep it for
feel.
yourself.
People have to know.
Right. That's how I always feel when you start and there's a difference, right? Because it has to be people who are open and willing and want, like you said, most people come to you are like, please help me because I've tried this. They want it because you know how it is. You can't, not even with health, but like people you want it as soon as like when you're awake and you learn all this stuff, or even when you learn about what they're doing, like the conspiracy, you want to tell everyone. But
That's
people
right.
have to be ready for it and open. Otherwise, they're like, "Oh, we're preaching and this and that." But if people are ready and open, it's just like, "Hey, why not?
Absolutely.
Why not try it? This
Absolutely.
didn't work." It's hard, because you have family
No.
that you like. Family members and people I'm like, "Did you ever try this?" And they just don't know, or they don't want to hear, or they don't believe. And it's like, you're the first person. Maybe you met some other ones, but you've literally seen miracles happen with this hyperbaric and everything you do. Like, it's not even just like, oh, I read a book and I heard this. Because sometimes you hear people,
It's happening.
oh, try this, it'll save your life. And people are desperate. And there's some people who just gimmicks and they just try to make money and the supplements. There's a lot you don't know.
I know. That's true.
The
That's
trends
true.
and they don't
there's
care
some
about
people you see online, it's like thousands and thousands of dollars.
right.
Oh,
Because they don't
guy.
really want to, like I said, that's why you have to be careful with some people. And when I talk about the books and stuff, sometimes you just don't know what to think. So you have to there's a lot of scammers out there that take advantage of people. Oh, because
Yeah.
people who, especially people who are sick, they'll do anything they want to live. They want, like,
That's right.
these people who take advantage, like this vitamin is this, and then you look at it and the ingredients are not, they're doing things cheap so they could sell it all. Like, there's so many
I know.
scammers out there, like, and trends and this and that. But
Even though there's all these trends, we're still back to the basics. Is still the truth.
right.
Still
Exactly.
the truth.
Yep. And that's why I always say,
But it's just so
Always-
important to cleanse your
Yeah.
body. It's so
Yeah.
incredibly important.
right.
It's just
Take
so
care of
life.
yourself.
It's so life changing. I mean, did you think that I actually, as a little girl, grew up thinking, "Oh, I'm going to clean colons for a living"? Oh,
Right. But when you learned of what it was doing, and like you said, you want to share what you learned, right? It's just,
I couldn't believe how good I felt after my first colonic.
I want to get one again. I haven't
It
had
was
one.
amazing.
Yeah. You feel lighter too. I'm like, this is awesome. I know some people who've
Lighter,
never
your
had
head
one.
clears.
I
Your
love it.
your joints and your muscles feel soft and you're flexible. You can move because the toxins from the muscles went into the colon and out.
Yeah.
And the more colonics you get, the more the whole body gets cleansed. Anytime you create an empty space in the body and the colon, the body wants to fill it. It's like, oh, good. Yippee. There's a way out. Let's go.
Aw. Well,
Oh,
Donna,
yeah.
thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for inviting me.
Hopefully you'll come back on again sometime. I'm in the
Sure.
future. I've talked about it, getting a phone line, and maybe we could take like questions or something. That would be cool.
Yeah, that'd be wonderful.
Yeah. Aw. So
I mean, I
guys,
don't know the answer to every question.
yeah,
Like the Crohn's disease question, that's intensive. That's a whole
right.
intensive conversation, but
Yeah,
it
yeah.
can be done.
And
Can be
everybody's
done.
different. Yeah, totally. But
Yeah.
but just the basic, like, so much, and people are just like, they want to know everything. So there's so much there. We
Absolutely.
just scratch the surface, really. We could go on and on and on, but
That's right.
in respect of your time, I guess we'll start to wrap it up here. I'll just play a little commercial,
Okay.
but
All right.
Donna, are you good? Anything else? Anything else you want? Any closing words, perhaps, or a prayer?
Word. Oh, a prayer
Would you like
What
to
is
do?
it?
You do a beautiful prayer, maybe just for, I don't know, the world, humanity.
for the
You wanna do-
world.
Not to put you on the spot, but for let's pray.
Okay, let's pray.
What
Lord,
would
we
you
thank you for this time together and everyone that attended tonight, Lord. And I thank you and ask you to touch their lives in a very powerful way. We all have a destiny. We all have a mission on this earth, Lord. Just make it crystal clear what we are to do to make a difference in the world. You have it, Lord. We want your will. We don't want our will. We want your will. And we thank you that the word is getting out here about holistic and you're making a way where there seems to be no way. Wherever you want, however you want to heal them, Lord. We've had a lot of miracles in our living room through prayer. We have people healed right here in this living room. So whichever way you want to do it, Lord, we're open to it. We thank you for Hollis and Dan and what they're doing. I'm just so happy that they're doing this, and you're going to make them a tremendous success in every way, because they have the right intentions and the right heart, Lord, the right heart, because they love you and they want to help people, and they've been helping people, and we thank you for this. In Jesus' name.
Aw.
Amen.
Thank you, Donna. Amen. And God bless you so much too. And real quick,
Bless you
one
too.
question. Erin is there, said we are listening and enjoying and learning so much. And how do we visit?
Oh,
How do we visit for a consultation? Now they're in Maine, so it's pretty far, but maybe
no,
a
I can do it Zoom. I can do it on the phone. However way you can do it. That doesn't matter.
Yeah, because Aaron's my dear friend. Now you would love him. Like I said, I love that. Like connecting good people. These and his wife Amy, and their son Aspen. Just the best people ever. Like
I'd love to meet them, even online or
they're just
Zoom or whatever. Yes, I'd be happy to help them. And like the biocharger, the biocharger, the company's up in Massachusetts. There's lots of biochargers up that way, up New England, too, just as an option. Like if they want to try any of the things that I have here, we could find up there where they are.
closer because they're far. But one of these days, maybe not till next summer, they're coming to Cleveland. We're gonna get them here.
Nice.
They did Pennsylvania last year. They helped us move. They brought our dog. because that's how good of friends they are. They actually drove all
Oh,
like 14 hours or was it? Yeah, it was far. And but
oh,
Aaron is the one. Aaron, you had he was the one with the ankle. I don't want to say it wrong, but I know he has a condition. Sometimes it flares up with his foot. I think, is it your foot or ankle? If you're there, let me know, or your calf. But I think it's inflammation, and like he just had a surgery for it. Was your Achilles heel or your Achilles thing? But yeah, that was the thing I know that always comes back for him. But I don't want to speak wrong. If you're still there, and let me know. But maybe you could chat or
yeah, I'd love to.
yeah. Aw.
Have him give me a call.
Okay, good. So Waverly again, you guys. Oh, and I actually pulled it up here. Hold on, real quick.
All right.
Share screen. I got Donna's website here. Wait, hold on. Waverly Wellness. Share. Okay, wait. I do everything myself, as you know, so it takes a minute here. Add to
No,
stage.
it's okay. That's all right. And we have the other cat is here now.
Oh,
Ian is here. Ian, come on, baby.
Ian.
Come say hello. Come on over. They're best
Oh,
friends.
good. We get to meet him like before
Yeah,
we go.
come on, baby doll. He's huge. Come on, Sparazzi. I speak cat tongues to them. Hey, baby. Hi. Look. Hey, look. This is Hollis.
I love aw.
Oh, God. Can you see him?
Yeah.
I know, baby. The baby. You're my babies. He looks like a lion. He's the one from France. He's my little French boy. Did I lose you?
Oh no, I'm here. Is he
Oh,
the
good.
Norwegian forest cat?
He's one, two, either both Norwegian forest cats. Yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
little boy, Brad. They're not so little. He's 15 pounds.
Aw, hi.
There
Oh,
he
he's
is.
so cute. That's Ian.
That's Ian. Look at that tail.
Yep, the little duster, I say. Oh, my cat.
Yes, it's the duster.
Ruby,
Oh, and they lick
yeah,
each other and they cuddle and they wrestle and
the little duster. Okay, but there you go, guys. I want to make sure I show this. This is the site.
oh, you have the site up.
Look at all the services there. This is waverlywellness.com. Everything she was talking about. Donna was talking about chiropractic, full spectrum sauna, colon hydrotherapy, the poo aquarium, lymphatic treatment, all that stuff. It's all, oh, there it is. The hyperbaric oxygen. We could learn more there. And also everything there about Donna. Again, if you want to read a little bit more, we got into all of that tonight and it's been amazing. Oh,
It has been amazing.
therapy. Oh, I remember. I think I
Oh,
got
yeah,
that
I didn't
one.
talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's with the essential oils and I learned so much tonight. I learned so much.
I'm
I
so
never
glad.
knew you could drink. I obviously, don't down it, but like shots of
Yeah,
it. But
yeah,
I
there's
never
ways to
knew
do
you
it.
could drink,
Yeah, there are ways to do it.
like the parasites, all that stuff. So I mean, I learned so much, and I thank you so much, Donna, for
Oh,
coming
you're
on.
welcome. I'll
Amazing to
deflate
have
my
you.
hyperbaric chamber now. What?
It was amazing to have you. And what
Oh,
I will
great.
see
It was
that-
great being here. I've been wanting to do it for a while, so I'm glad we reconnected.
Me too. We've been talking about it
And
for a long
thanks
time.
for, including me on the messenger, because then that's what, it's like, oh my gosh, I can get on there. She's having podcasts and I can listen to Dan's and,
Yes.
which I will,
good.
but continue.
It won't bother you. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I send everybody the same thing as long as it doesn't bother you. You want
Not
to
at all. Not at all.
Oh, good.
So you have your own station, the Voice of People
Yep.
USA Radio.
Yep. Voice of the People USA Radio and Television Network. If you go to vopusa.com, you'll see actually our website. I built the whole thing. There's a lot of stuff on there. I'll have to send you that link.
Oh yeah, I'd love to go on there.
Yeah, because there's a lot of past shows that Dan's done. Most of my holistic shows are on Rumble. We're switching platforms soon, so it's actually not going to be there that much longer. It looks so nice though. We're actually we're on Roku TV, we're on Fire TV, we're on Apple TV.
You're on Fire? Oh my gosh, I have the Fire. I have the Fire TV.
Broadcasting live on Fire TV on our VOPUSARadio.com. So people find it there too.
Oh, that's really great.
We're everywhere.
You are. You're doing it.
We have an app.
You're doing it.
Yes. So much to come, but Hollis-tics is something I wanted to do for so long. So finally,
what a great name. I love that name.
It was meant to be, right? It was meant to do this.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I love you so much.
I love you too, Donna. Thank you again so much for coming on, and we'll connect.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good.
We'll talk more.
Right.
Everybody, Yes. All right.
All right, honey.
right.
Have a good night.
You have a good
Bless
night
you.
too. We'll talk
Thank
soon.
you.
Love you, Donna.
Okay.
Thank you again. All right.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. And ladies and gentlemen, there she is. I need to do a little applause because that was freaking awesome. Donna Florimonte. Wellness Center. I told you guys she was awesome. Isn't she awesome? She knew so much. I could ask her so many things I still want to know, but she covered so much and she's absolutely amazing. So yeah, you can go and check it all out and on our website there, like I brought it up here, Waverly Wellness. There you go. Like we talked about. I've done some of it. I was there. I've done a colonic there before and it's freaking awesome. I love it. I love all that stuff. And I'm gonna do a quick little break because I have to tinkle. And then, where's Joe tonight? I don't know where Joe went. Oh, we're gonna play it again. Let me go up here and I'm going to play a little commercial and then I'm going to come and say my goodbyes to everybody because that was an awesome show and I can't wait. I'm going to replay it because there's so much information there. And I just love holistic health. And, like I said, it's just, let me just play this commercial because the more I'm talking, I really, really have to tinkle. All right, guys. It's Friday night. Let me play this real quick. I got to give myself at least a minute and a half. I could pee fast, but not that fast. Here we go. Be right back. Hey guys, have you noticed it too? The world is changing fast. Technology, AI, social media, endless scrolling. Sometimes it feels like we're all trying to keep up while wondering what we've lost along the way. The world is changing. This isn't about resisting the change, and it's not about living in the past. It's about bringing the best of what makes us human with us into the future. Authentic human connection, meaningful conversations, creativity, community, kindness, being human. I'm Hollis, and I don't claim to have all the answers, but like you, I'm simply navigating this changing world one day at a time. And that's why I created this community. It's a place for real conversations, shared experiences, curiosity, creativity, and connection. It's a place where like-minded people can come together and remember what matters most. In a world filled with self-promotion, this community isn't just about me. It's about us. So as my contribution, I'll share things that I do create. Music, podcasts, stories, creative projects, special events I'm thinking about having, and a complimentary digital copy of Love Zombies Land. A story for kids, but a reminder for adults too. But the real value here isn't just the content. It's the community we're building together. And if that sounds like something you've been looking for, I'd love to have you join us. The world is changing, guys, but let's bring the best of what makes us human with us. If you're interested or thinking about joining, head over to buymeacoffee.com/Hollis Mahady and check it out. Love Zombies Land, out now. Get your digital copy exclusively at hollismahady.com or order the paperback today on Amazon. Oh, how's the hair? Oh, gosh, your hair grows so fast. I got to get it done again. I've been doing a little of my own bleaching in the bottom here, trying to get it lighter, get it back to blonde, get it back to the light. I feel like I need to get back to my old blonde self. But yes, so Love Zombies Land is out, as you guys know. As I'm playing the commercial, it's officially out. And see, the time just goes so freaking fast. I can't believe it's almost 10 o'clock. That I love, as you can see, I have a passion for holistic health. And I'm so happy that I met Donna. I met her, as I said, at Inner Harmony Wellness, which was it was only a couple months of my life. I think I worked there for maybe, I don't know, how long did I work there? Maybe 7 or 8 months. But that's where I met Dan, and I read so much about red light therapy there. I have my own red light therapy bed. And I would love to get the hyperbaric chamber thing. That is amazing. I can't wait to try it. I'm going to be researching and seeing if there's anywhere around Cleveland to go and try it. So yeah, but like I said, I'm never really speechless, but I'm just soaking it all in. And thank you guys all for your comments. And thank you, Jim Sim, for all your questions and everything. I'm sorry we didn't get to everything, but if you want to email Donna. Like you said, their website's there, and you're in Pennsylvania, you're not too far. So it might be worth, definitely worth the try, especially maybe other things you go. I don't know about the hyperbaric for your eyes, but like she said, maybe other things that didn't work. But and Aaron and Amy, thank you guys for your questions, and Jess and everyone else who came in and got involved with the conversation. And for you guys watching out there, I see 17 eyeballs up there. I'm not sure where you're watching from, but if you're liking the show, if you appreciate the content, please consider subscribing, liking it, leaving a nice comment. And again, you can support, you can join the community. As I said, I'm giving away, not giving away, but it comes with the membership. It's only $10 a month. It supports me. It helps me, pay the bills to keep the StreamYard going and all the time it takes to do these things. I don't get paid. I don't have, sponsors or anything yet, but we will. I haven't really focused on it, but we can get all that stuff. And, but I do it, like I said, out of, I want to spread good people out there, spread the word, spread the word about the hyperbaric chamber. I mean, it could save someone's life. As I said, I read a lot of books and things like that and always been into this stuff, but when you hear it from the horse's mouth, so to speak, of someone who lived through it and who healed herself through and saw people, like she said, the one cancer patient was close to, not making it, and it saved their life. So there is definitely this is a real example of these treatments and alternative health helping people and, expanding their life and all that. There's so much, and there's so much to be said about nutrition and health. And again, it's not like like I always say this, we're human. If you want to have ice cream, have it, but, or whatever, you don't have to go out and like completely, like throw away everything in your fridge and never eat it again. Like that, come on, that's not realistic. But even with me, just things that, I kind of fall back into old habits. And then like today I went to the farmer's market, and again, it's not all year, but it's the summer. It's a nice time. So I went and I got some oranges and what else did I get? I got oranges. I got strawberries, berries, got blueberries, got some cabbage, got some cucumbers, got some pickles, some like those pickles I was talking about that we were talking about. Tim was here the other night, the half sours. I didn't get those. They're just like the cucumber ones, like the circle ones. But yeah, so all that stuff, and just little by little. But that's what Hollis-tics is about. So again, the platform here that I have is like, I like having guests, and it was great to have Mark on. But just people doing good things and trying to help other people with what they've learned, what they've gone through. Same thing with me, what I've gone through in my life. And I've been through a lot, like everybody, right? We go through our stuff, our traumas, our health issues. And if there's something that helped you and you're able to share it, and that's why I love having guests who bring something to the world and to bring that love, because everything at the end of the day is rooted from love. And that's what Love Zombies is about. My book out there, like I say, it's a story for children, but it's a reminder for adults too. And I got to get it out there, and I'm sure it'll find its audience eventually, but I want more people to read it. So, and again, if you are interested in a copy of Love Zombies, let me know. I will happy, if you can't afford it, it's $10 for the digital download, or and you can get the book on Amazon. I think it's $15 for the printed copy. But if it's something if you're actually interested in reading, you're like, oh, I don't know if I can afford it, let me know. I'm happy to send you a copy. I don't do it to make money. It'd be, everyone wants to make a living. You need to make some kind of money. It's life, the matrix, all that stuff. But my point, it's really just getting the story out there and, reminding people. I talk about what is a love zombie, and a love zombie is trying to go through life and be kind. Really, it's just, it's more, wish more humans could be like the love zombies. It's like, I want to be a love zombie. I want to be a zombie biting you with my love and healing the world with a hug, because it goes a long way. Like I always say, it's just little acts of kindness. Be the change you want to see in the world. We were talking about on that Monday with Mark and stuff. It's just, smile if you can. If you have it in you, smile at someone. You don't have to do crazy things like write a book or change the world or tour the world. Just something, smile at people. See someone who's hurting or upset. Maybe ask them if they're okay. It's like just little things like that. So that's what Hollis-tics is here. But anyway, guys. So I don't have any other guests booked. I'm hoping to get I do have another guest who says he will come on. We just gotta confirm a date. But yeah, if you're out there and you're watching and you thought maybe, hey, maybe I want to be on the show, let me know. You can write me a message. You go to my website, hollismahady.com. There is also my music. I have 2 new songs out. I don't want to forget about saying that. If covers and amnesia. And I think the next song I'm going to be putting out is a song called Hey Yoka. And I was going to put Sweet Poison Love out next, but I just feel like I want to put that one out. And that one is about the Heyoka, which is a sacred clown. And I said that the Heyoka I played it actually live the other night at the studio, and I actually put it on Instagram or Facebook. And a Heyoka is a sacred clown. And my album is called A Comedy of Errors. And I had always said that, I mentioned this on other past episodes, that I've always felt like kind of a connection and affinity. I don't know if that's the right word. Like to the court gesture, I swear. Like, when you think about things, if people believe in past lives or they don't, but just memories, I've always felt like connected to them. Like I thought, like, maybe in a past life, I was like, the clowns there playing the guitar and in the medieval times or something. I don't know. But A Comedy of Errors, that's I've always seen it in my head, and the connection to the court gesture and the clown. And because what does a clown do? Now, I don't mean like the creepy clowns and how they've taken clowns and made them killer clowns and all that. But what does a clown do? It's supposed to make people, if little kids aren't terrified of clowns, they're there like make people laugh, make people smile. They do little jokes. They dance around like clowns. Like just, again, they're supposed to make you happy and like make people have fun and stuff. But like now it's like, people are creeped out by clowns and all that. But at the end of the day, that's how I always kind of felt. Like I was always like, let's lighten up, like let's have fun, like higher the vibe, man. But really, the world is not like that, and the world is very dark. And I think that, especially on my journey, I went through a lot of internal stuff, like a lot of darkness, because our mind's our own worst enemy, right? It's just, listen to that little voice. There's the voice that's you trying to figure everything out. I always call that's the ego. The edge got out. And then there's the bigger voice, which is like your soul and God and the connection, asking, what should I do? How do I get through this prayer and all that stuff? So that's what, that's always the battle. I think it really is just self-growth and all that stuff. And I really enjoy exploring that. And on this show, we've done a lot of that stuff. We talked to, some of my guests who also had similar experiences, and also through my music and the shadow work and all that stuff, because it's, I think life is about learning the whole thing, like learning to love yourself more than anything. And certain things now, like, I can't believe I did like a long time ago, or the things I like tolerated and put up with, or, or situations I was in and all that. I'm thinking now I would never do that, but we're young and dumb and we don't love ourselves and like self-love and all that stuff. But that's what I go into here on Holistics. But anyway, I'm not really sure how I got on that tangent or that topic. Do you know Hollis? Oh wait, I'm talking to myself here. But yes. So anyway, with that said, I'm going to have to get some more guests, because I really do like having guests. But again, I'm being selective because, as I said, it takes a little extra time to do guests and to do promos and things like that. And I'm happy to do it for the right people who are, doing good things out there and who want to be a part of it, and who, for the right reasons, who understand and want to connect and, spread the love. I'm not a huge fan of ego and self-promotion and rude people. Who is really? But this world has a lot of them, and, but we got to be the change you want to see in the world. So there you go, guys. So with that said, I think I'm going to start to wrap it up. I don't know. Should I play I think I'll play a Love Zombie song. Yes. I'm going to play the Love Zombies theme song, guys. And this is Lolly the Love Zombie. And if you do get a copy of the book, remember that it comes with a QR code in the back that comes with the soundtrack. And Love Zombies are a band as well. And they play high vibe music. But the soundtrack is so cute, and the videos I put together and stuff, and the characters. So it's not just a book, it's a whole experience. It's a whole universe we're building. And Love Zombies Land is the backstory, the preface of it all. And you can learn a little bit more about these very spiritual beings that they're not human, but they're very special to me. And I really do wish the world could become more full of love zombies. All right, so let's play the Love Zombies theme song. And then I see a comment or two in the chat room. I'll say goodbye to everyone, and we will wrap it up for the weekend. All right, here we go.
We got monsters at the party, big green grins and silly feet. Every face gets a hello, every heart gets a seat. We dance in a funny shuffle, hands out like a great big hug. If you feel a little lonely, come on in and feel the love. No one stands outside, no one stays behind. If you're spooky, if you're shy, you still get a place tonight. We love zombies, L-O-V-E. We love zombies, Z-O-M-B-I-E-S. We walk with our hands out, ready to hug you, ready to love you. We love zombies, everyone belongs. Skeletons and werewolves, ghosts and polka dot shoes, even tiny little trolls get a turn to join the groove. If your steps are slow and wobbly, that is just your special style. We don't like zombies, we love them, so stay and dance a while. No one stands outside, no one stays behind. If you're spooky, if you're shy, you still get a place tonight. We love zombies, L-O-V-E. We love zombies, Z-O-M-B-I-E-S. We walk with our hands out, ready to hug you, ready to love you. We love zombies, everyone belongs. We heal you with a hug, we cheer you when you're blue. If your monster heart is heavy, we'll make room for you. We love zombies, L-O-V-E. We love zombies, Z-O-M-B-I-E-S. We dance like zombies, side by side with you and you and you. We love zombies, no one is left out.
Love Zombies Land, out now. Get your digital copy exclusively at hollismahady.com or order the paperback today on Amazon. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The Love Zombies. More than, as I said, it's a story for children, but it's a reminder for grown-ups too. And yes, so I'm looking forward to starting writing the second book, Welcome to Earth, as the Love Zombies continue on their journey and they meet the humans. Oh, what are they going to think when they meet all these crazy humans with all these weird things going on? But yes, so over in the chat room, Jim says, yes, it's hyperbolic near Cleveland. Really? Yeah. Would love to be a guest. Well, we'll chat, Jim. Jim knows a lot about health and fitness and everything. So yeah, we could chat about that. Stay out of trouble. I will try. Thank you. But thank you all for your questions, Jim. And like I said, you could always message Donna and see, I couldn't answer everything. The chat was kind of going fast. And then all my attention was on hers. I was intentionally listening. But hopefully everyone learned something. So it's always good like that to learn a little bit, to learn something that you didn't know before you came on Hollis-tics. I think that's nice. And I definitely learned a lot. And like I said, I never knew about the what's it called? Herbal. Why don't I check in the herbal essence? I almost said no. The oils, because I know that you could use them in your diffuser, and it's nice, calming and stuff. And you even put it on your body, I think. But I didn't know you could drink it. So that's interesting. So guys, with that said, I don't know. They are playing still. I don't know if the pool is still open. They were playing Rookie of the Year. I think it started at 9:15. I wonder if it's still open. I might go over and check it out and see if people are in the pool watching Rookie of the Year, because it is TGI Friday. I know it was not our normal TGI Friday, but it was still, thank God it's Friday. But we didn't talk about old movies and stuff like that. but perhaps we will do that next Friday if I don't have a guest, which I don't think I will. Because like I said, I have to plan a couple more guests. But anyway, with that said, guys, I hope that you all have an awesome weekend. Thank you all so much for being here. And if you are watching, if you're one of those 17 eyeballs or watching on X or YouTube or Instagram or Rumble, where did I forget? I always forget. Facebook. And you see this, if it brought you any, if it brought you joy, if you liked it, do me a favor, like it, subscribe, write a comment. And if you want to get again in touch with Donna, just go over to her website right there. There it is. Let me add it to the stage. There's her website there. Go over there. You could check it out. Her services, the pricing's up there about, everything we talked about is up there. And if you're in Pennsylvania, and I know a lot of my friends out there in Pennsylvania, you're not far from her. She actually is very close to where my mom lives. So when I go back to Pennsylvania in August, end of August, to see my mom for her birthday, maybe I'll go up and see Donna. Maybe we could do the oxygen thing there because I haven't done it yet, and it would be, why not go in and do it there when I'm home? So yes, so there you go. If you want to again check it out, it's scrolling on across the bottom of the screen, the WaverlyWellness.com. All right. So as I close the show, as I say, thank you. I love the little prayer she said. That was very nice. And a prayer out to all of you guys who chose to watch this, who are still watching, who chose to spend your Friday night. I know it's a beautiful July night out there. Very, very warm out, but you might be watching this on your phone or playing in the background, or maybe it's on the radio somewhere. Maybe you're listening to this in Russia because we are on Voice of the People USA radio and it does go out everywhere. So even though I don't see you, you are seeing me or listening to me, and I appreciate you being here. So thank you so, so much for listening and for spending your time with me. I am Hollis Mahady, your host here of Hollis-tics, and I will be back Monday night. I don't know the date, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th. This weekend, tomorrow, I'm going to the zoo. I'm very excited. We have a new friend in town, and she's awesome. And we went to the Cleveland 4th of July the baseball game with her and her husband, Quentin. And Quentin is the one guest hopefully I'll be having on eventually. He's very busy. He's in demand. He does like all these conventions and stuff. He's a famous voiceover actor. So it's a completely different guest we'll have on. And I really can't wait to talk to him about all his experiences and stuff like that. And he's awesome. But yes, we're going to be going to the zoo. And then Sunday, I'm doing some music stuff in town. So I'll let you know how that all goes. I have tickets to a brunch for some dueling pianos. I'm probably not going to be playing, but this lady invited me to go because I put up an ad up on Facebook saying, I'm new in Cleveland. I play the piano. And she said, hey, come and check it out. I'm always looking for new keyboard players and stuff. So I'm going to go and check it out. Who knows? Maybe it'll turn into a gig or something like that. And I could back out and tickle the ivories, guys. So again, if you want to follow me, you could go to hollismahady.com, sign up for my email list. I would appreciate it. And, you can find me on social media and all that stuff. So I can't wait to hear what you guys are up to for the weekend or how your weekend went. On Monday, we'll discuss all that and more only here on Hollis-tics. All right. So I hope you guys all have a wonderful, here, let me get rid of this real quick. Hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. Stay hydrated. And I love you all. Thank you again for being here. I'm Hollis Mahady, and you've been watching Hollis-tics. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Thank you for watching Hollis-tics, hosted by me, Hollis Mahady. If you enjoyed the show, be sure to share it with someone who might need it too. And if you'd like to support the podcast, you can visit buymeacoffee.com/Hollis Mahady. You can make a one-time donation or become a member for just a few dollars a month to get extra podcasts and exclusive behind-the-scenes content you won't find anywhere else. Or simply scan the code on the screen. Your support truly means the world to me and helps me continue creating independent content for you. If you like the music featured in this show, I license it through Epidemic Sound. You can head over to hollismahady.com, click on the podcast page, and use my link for a free trial. And don't forget to check out VOPUSARadio.com, where I host my music channel and am building a growing community of independent musicians. If you're interested in joining the network, just click Join Network and submit an application. Until next time, remember that you are loved and never alone. From human to human, big hugs. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time. Enjoy the outro video. I love this song.
Lines shining from the window late at night. I'm just watching someone else's life go by, wishing it was mine. Dreams, everybody has them at the start. Somewhere along the way they fall apart, and it makes it kinda hard to look up at the lights. When the lights go out, everything is clearer. When the lights go out, I could finally see what it's all about. Standing in the mirror, when the lights go out, it's you looking back at me. Try your best to hold on to the rope. We all have a reason to let go, and it's easier to do, but it's better if we don't. When the lights go out, everything is clearer. When the lights go out, I can finally see what it's all about. Standing in the mirror, when the lights go out, it's you looking back at me. When you wish upon a star just to find out it's a plane. And when you think you've come so far, but you're standing still again, and you finally understand. When the lights go out, everything is clear. When the lights go out, I could finally see. When the lights go out, everything is clearer. When the lights go out, I could finally see what it's all about. Standing in the mirror, when the lights go out, it's you looking back at me. Hope, try your best to hold on to the rope. We all have a reason to let go, and it's easier to do, but it's better if we don't.